Buongiorno, everyone. Welcome to the first watch-along this season. I can just about breathe again after COVID and speak. It's good to be back. I'm joined with Ruby and Keg still at home. How we doing, Keg?
Not too bad, mate. It's good to be back. First watch-along since last game of the season last year.
Feels like ages
Feels
ago.
weird. Setting back up again. Obviously, it was good to get back to St. James's last week for the West Ham game.
People were in, weren't you? All right. Someone didn't get the
goal. Happy to be back, mate. Happy to be back.
Happy days. Rubenstein, how we doing?
I'm good, mate. Thank you. Like you said, the game last week obviously didn't end the way we wanted, but it was possibly one of the best atmospheres I've ever had in St. James's Park, to be fair. So yeah, thanks for having us on. A few beers with the game, so hopefully we can do something today. Willock's in.
Willock's in from the off, everyone. Willock is in from the off. The lineup is running along the bottom of your screen now. I'm happy with that lineup. I think that's a strong lineup. Good to see Sean Lascelles back because that defence is absolutely lifting against West Ham.
I'm quite surprised to say that, to be fair, because as Dopey said, that was my lineup prediction that I put out yesterday, but it was more hopeful than anything. It wasn't actually what I thought was going to happen. I had a feeling Lascelles would come back, but not Shaw. I thought that you'd probably keep Clark in or something like that, but I'm over the moon because Clark's been lifting for quite a while now. Obviously, Kraft's not everybody's cup of tea. So we need Lascelles' leadership there. We need the captain back in, and Shaw's just come back from a decent Euros. So I think Brucey's got it spot on today.
He has, actually, to be fair. He has got it spot on. I think that's probably the first time we've ever said that as well, Keg. Brucey has got it spot on for a team.
Like, so far, there's plenty of time to fuck it up. Right now, he's got it spot on. The starting lineup looks good, but whether that pans onto the field is a little bit different. So we'll see. We'll talk about that again in 90 minutes' time and see what happens.
I'm feeling a lot more confident seeing the teams announced than I was before the game, to be fair. I did tip Villa to win 2-1, but I think we could at least get a draw now after this because I think our team's looking very strong. Villa are missing the likes of Traore and who else?
Well, we've got no Grealish now, which I think
Grealish is the big one. Grealish is the big one.
Leon Bailey's not in the squad.
That's the one. Leon Bailey was a really good signing. They're missing some key players. They had a stinky result last week as well. If we can go then, the big thing is how fit is Willock. He's played about 45 minutes in pre-season, so to start him from the off is a big ask. And obviously, he came to Newcastle as the super sub, didn't he? That was how he made his impact at the start. But he's looking for, 8 in a row now? 8 goals in a row for Willock?
8 in a row, yeah. All right. I think there's only 4 people in Premier League history to have done that.
Quality.
Hope he does it. It would be good if he did.
It definitely would. If we get a result today, because we've got a big game next week. Southampton at home is huge. Before we play, I think it's Man United after that. Is it away? After the international break. So we need to try and get points on the board. And I think looking at those teams today is a good opportunity to at least get one on the board today. Try and get a positive result and a good performance, hopefully. See how Freddie Woodman gets on as well. Obviously conceding 4 on his Premier League debut last week. What did you make of Woodman last week, Ruby?
Well, he made a fantastic stop against Bowen in the first half, which I think caught everyone's eye. I think generally he did well, but it's hard to rate someone when they're let in 4. But what I would say was that
right.
At least 3 of them were definitely all the defence's fault. There was one where Antonio got played through and it was quite close to him. I think he possibly should have done a bit better with it, but generally I've liked him. I've liked him for a long time, and I think if he's going to have his time, I think it's now. So I'm hoping for him. I want to see him do well.
Yeah, so do I. I've been rooting for him for a good few years now, but obviously with Dubravka being irreplaceable, Darlow even stepping in last year, being pretty good. Like it's been hard for him, to be fair. Like, young kid, like, he deserves a shot. I'm pleased he's now finally got it.
Definitely. He's grasping. Hopefully, he does grasp the opportunity of the day. He's got a couple of clubs still sniffing around him. Arsenal was one of them, but they've obviously signed Ramsdale now. I think he'll stay there because Brucey keeps on banging on about putting 4 keepers in the squad, doesn't he?
He does. I think that's his excuse.
He said that yesterday.
That's what he's doing. He's trying to get his excuses in early so he hasn't got to bring anyone else in. But, I think 4 is a bit much. But then again, when you've got Dubravka injured, Darlow's not well, and then...
Feel for Darlow, like...
Yeah.
Shows how serious COVID is. It's lifting, like, when you get it bad. Darlow's obviously got it bad for a fit and young, healthy athlete at the top of his game. For him to be out for ages now, and it's not looking like he's come back anytime soon, is worrying, like. He has the boys coming out on the
I
pitch
think we've
now.
got to put
Tasty new jacket.
four,
That's probably about 400 quid.
They're expensive, aren't they? These jackets. I tell you what.
Unbelievable.
I mean, they've got some nice kit out, but 60 quid for the top, 100 for the jacket. God,
unbelievable stuff.
It's mental.
How's everyone feeling in the comments? Just a couple of minutes away from kick-off. Cheers for tuning in. Smash that like button, subscribe. And we'll guide us through the next 90 minutes of Brucey Ball.
Oh, it's going to be great.
I'm feeling all right, mate. I'm feeling all right for me. I'm a
little optimistic. Like, they didn't do well last week, did they? Like, they let 3 goals into newly promoted Watford last week, so it wasn't a great start for them.
No, it wasn't. Like, they messed up everyone's accumulator last week, I think, Aston Villa. And apart from Bailey looking good, he had a good assist from McGinn, who took his goal well. You know, they didn't look good at all. There was a couple of late consolation goals were outplayed, outclassed by a newly promoted side. So the thing is, for Newcastle today, is just going there with no fear. That's what we need to do. We didn't want to sit back and let Villa play and eventually score. We need to go out and attack them. And with the players on the pitch we've got with Miggy, Saint, Wilson, Willock, there's no excuses to not have a good go at the day. Like,
nah, definitely. Knee fucking backwards passing, knee Shelby, knee Longstaff.
Knee Shelby, aye, which was forced because we know Brucey loves him. He would definitely play, but he's forced out the day. John Joe Shelby with a calf injury, so that's probably worked in our favour as long as Willock's fit enough.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's got to be Willock and Hayden for me, and then it's who's next. And to be honest, I think there's probably a group of players that I would probably struggle to pick the best of the bunch, really. I think they're all good at different stuff. I suppose it depends who we're playing. Oh, God.
Do it for the kids, Jeffrey.
Knee Jeff Hendrick leg. The Norwich game, like that pre-season game, last game, like that's the first time, obviously, like I've seen him in the flesh in a Toon shirt. That's in James's, obviously, because of COVID. I hope it's the last. Like, he was fucking and that was a pre-season friendly. That was against Norwich. Like,
I think we'll see him. I think we'll have the pleasure of seeing him on Wednesday night against Burnley in the cup against his former side. I reckon.
Can't wait that. Like, I'm buzzing for that. If anyone wants to buy a ticket, there's one going spare.
There's probably about 40,000 going spare. To be fair. Yeah, we are underway. I'll tell you what, we're just talking about the away kit before the game. It does look a lot better there, I think. I think it looks nice there. Lascelles looks good in it. Not better than I would. Early ball up to Danny Ings, who's a big signing for Aston Villa. Danny Ings. A lot of the Grealish money's went towards him.
Yeah.
Proven goals to win the Premier League. All about his fitness, though. If he can keep it up, he's always a threat.
I was quite impressed with the way Villa did that as well, because they pretty much brought him in like the day of, if not slightly before.
It was the day before.
Before if they'd done it the day after, Southampton would have wanted 100 million for him. So they did well to get him before they knew they had the money, because you know what everyone's like, they'll always ask for more.
Tell you what, I think
what I liked about that one is, though, like it was probably old school, because there was news about it. Like, there was no like tabloid, any rumors, any like bidding, he's gone for a medical, blah blah blah. Like days and days of anticipation. It was literally just Villa signed Danny Ings. It's like, what the fuck?
Like, used to be, wasn't it?
Like, it was just fucking dropped on you. Like, that's class. I like the way they've done that. Like, that's like old school.
Like an old school teletext signing, that wasn't it? Just boom, popped up there, you got done. No build up, no like, oh, is he coming? Is he doing this? They did well though, Villa, because there's a lot of competition for Danny Ings. He was linked with even going to like Man City to be a backup striker and going to Tottenham if Kane goes. So for Villa to get him, they've done well.
Yeah, I like Danny Ings. I'm a big fan.
If Grealish was still there, Jesus, that'd be a dangerous combo. That, like Grealish and Ings. Newcastle trying to hit Villa on the counter.
Yeah, get some other good players in and out though. The likes of like Buendia. I think Buendia's a good signing. Yeah, getting the experience of Ashley Young.
Ashley Young, the day, how's he going to get hopefully Saint-Maximin as his life the day? We need to get loads of pace at Ashley Young. But Saint-Maximin's up top at the minute. It looks like a front two with Wilson and Saint-Maximin there. Newcastle, absolutely awful record at Villa Park, however. We haven't scored a goal there in 8 years. Never mind win a game of football. That's one of our goals. I think it was an own goal a few years ago, but in the Premier League, we haven't scored and won there since 2013.
Wow.
Gouffran ran. Good days, good times. Europa League days.
They were good days. The French Revolution. Ben off.
Fernandez coming out from the back.
Yeah, I mean, I'm very. I don't know. Was it fitness or what? I'm not sure why it was not Lascelles and Shaw in the last game.
No, I don't know. Neither do I.
And I mean, I don't know if anyone watched Brucey. Did you listen in for Brucey for the BBC Newcastle interview?
I seen highlights of it and I read the transcript of what he said for everything because I just couldn't be asked to listen and waffle on.
I mean, yeah, well, this is the thing. He's never going to actually give an answer that anyone wants to hear. It's always going to be media trained.
Bruce does this unbelievable thing of talking without actually
saying anything.
Like he talks but doesn't say anything. He's like a president, you know, and they're questioned on like important topics and they just waffle on, say words and they don't actually mean anything. That's exactly what Bruce does like, all the time. Fair play to him for doing it, but I think the questions could have been better. Early ball in, keep us struggling with Wilson. Trying to claim a foul, but nothing's given.
I mean, one of the people went on and said, "Oh dear,
Villa on a dangerous counter." Yeah, here's McGinn. Nobody's closing him down. The space on the left for El Ghazi. Cuts in, skies it.
Yeah. Someone went on and said, "Give me an honest answer, Steve. Do you think Joe Linton will ever be a footballer?" And
did they really? Fucking hell.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Well, it was all live with no delay, so people were probably just saying whatever they wanted. I mean, Bruce just he's never going to answer that question. He just goes, "Well, if anyone deserves it for working hard, it's him." So
I'll work hard. It means I can be a footballer. Do you know what I mean?
Give me his wages.
There was a few good ones. I mean, someone asked again, why was Lascelles not on the pitch when he's the club captain? And I can't remember what he said. He said he picks his team based on what he thinks is going to do well. So, like, he never gave any proper answers, but...
Aye. Wilson's in here. Is he onside? Wilson! Oh, my days. He's put it away. He's got to score there, like, hasn't he?
How is he?
We're just waiting for the net to riddle.
I lost sight of the ball.
Was that actually everything all right as well?
No.
I don't know. I didn't even see what happened there.
He has Mings' life there. Mings has a mare. One-on-one Wilson. He tries to Thierry Henry style finish it with the outside of his boot. Tries to put it in the top corner. And he messes it up. He puts it wide. He's just got to score there, Callum Wilson.
Oh, that is not a good start.
That is a huge, huge miss for Callum Wilson. He nearly scored again inside 5 minutes. 2 games in a row, he should have scored.
You could put money on that. You would put everything on him scoring there. I don't know how he's missed.
Jesus Christ almighty. Callum Wilson with a glorious opportunity that he puts wide. He's trying too hard, trying to be too clever, trying to find the top corner there, I think. Joe Willock does well. Twists and turns. Oh, nearly an own goal. Oh, Willock brilliantly drills the ball across the 6-yard box. Wilson couldn't get there. The defender just about clears it. Nelly puts it into his own net. And Villa going up to the end, yeah. Oh, just play a stop for a foul on Jacob Murphy. John McGinn fouls Jacob Murphy.
Well, that's a promising start anyway. Two quick chances, but how's Wilson not put that away? Open goal.
The keepers, just needs to slot it down the keepers. I don't know why he tries to be so cute with it and try and put it in the top bins.
I thought he was going to go around him.
He could have went around him because the keeper came flying out. Oh, Callum Wilson, like you said, if you're going to put any money, you want anybody there, it would be him. Newcastle's number 9. Cheers, Callum. Where's my fantasy team?
Same.
Same.
And I've got Ings as well, by the way.
So that to be fair.
I had Salah captain in this morning. He did nothing, so that wasn't a great start of the day.
I've got Grealish. Is he starting for City or not?
I don't know.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
He played 90 minutes last game.
Is he starting, is he?
Yeah.
Happy days.
Oh, I'm sure I just saw. They're winning 1-0.
The only Man City player after is John Stones, but he's not starting.
That's own goal. Tim Krul scored an own goal.
Go on, Krul. At least some joy you scored on the day.
Mahrez in and he's not playing.
That's what I mean. It's risky with Man City. You never know what bloody team Pep's going to pick, man. Same with Chelsea. I had Havertz in from last week and he didn't even start. Shout out Matthew Lowe there from Melbourne, Australia. She has to tune in, mate, whatever time it is over there. Be late at night, I think. My brother lives in Australia. Newcastle have a good free kick position here. Richie and Mayfield over at right-hand side of the box. Everyone in the Villa penalty area waiting for it. Big Lascelles or Shaw, Fernandes at the back stick, maybe. It's going to have to be the right power, though, because it's quite close range. All right, Mayfield. Good delivery, lad. Oh, Richie with the left foot. Little dink by Mayfield. Straight in the keeper's hands.
Straight in the hands, man. Too easy.
Ten past 12 at night.
Oh, Matthew's doing it. It's the kind of thing I used to have to do in Dubai when I used to stay up after bloody midnight. Awful. Shout out Jimmy as well in Australia. All the Australians are tuning in for a big Saturday midnight game.
Big up the Australians.
Yeah.
G'day.
Yeah, with Danny Ings. Good block by Lascelles.
That was good. Go on.
Come on, Miggy.
Newcastle the better side here in the opening 10 minutes. Good start the game at Villa Park.
Yeah, I think we've definitely had the better of the chances. I don't think they've had too much so far. I mean, I think both had a bit of the ball, but in terms of chances, we should be 1-0 up at least now.
No, we should be. We really should. And away games, when you're not going to see the brunt of possession, well, we never do see the majority of possession. But, you've got to take your chances when you're away from home. So let's hope that doesn't come back to home.
What do you think of Murphy playing wing back? Do you like it?
I think he's improved massively. I think he had a good end of the season last year, but we're seeing his frailties on the weekend, didn't we? We're seeing that he's good going forward. We see that he's a natural winger. Took his goal well, but he got caught out a couple of times, didn't he? Which he's going to when he's coming up against pacey wingers like he did the other day and Benrahma and stuff. But I thought it was very harsh, the penalty. That was never a penalty for me.
No.
And that was his challenge, but...
Well, I think, same with Woodman, as I said earlier. I think it's a big season for Murphy. I think he's definitely been picked as the first choice right back, wing back, and it's pretty much on him to lose it at the minute. I want to see him do well, and I'm hoping he'll have a good season. I mean, it was great to see. There was a Richie, so left wing back cross from Richie, right wing back goal from Murphy.
That's where the five at the back can't work.
Yeah,
and getting in areas like that.
But then again, defensively, I think Richie possibly had the worst defensive game I've ever seen him have, and I'm a Richie fan. I like to see him do well. He works hard, but dear me, he had a bit of a nightmare.
He must have been on the piss the night before or something, because he was so slow. He just wasn't ready for everything. Even the penalty rebound, he was just fucking picking his arms.
I know.
Nah, it was slow, wasn't he?
Just for everything. Him and Kraft were absolute horror show at the back. But I mean, when we're not going to invest, then you're gonna have to put your faith in Mayfield. I mean, Manquillo is apparently still here. I haven't seen him in about 2 years, but he's apparently still at the club. I don't think he played at all in pre-season. He came on against Norwich, I think, actually. That was the first time we'd seen a glimpse of him.
Yeah, he did.
He wasn't even in a lot of the match day squads or anything like Doncaster and stuff.
No, Bruce is clearly well. I don't know about you, but I thought at times Manquillo is all right.
He's solid sometimes.
Seemingly, Brucey's decided that Kraft's ahead of him in the lineup, which wouldn't be my order. Mine would go Murphy, Manquillo, Kraft. Brucey seems to like Kraft for some reason.
Loves him.
He's seeing something that we're not, I think.
Loves Kraft. Loves the Swedes. Saint-Maximin doing brilliant stuff. Takes on one, takes on two, then he's tackled.
Drink.
Oh, I lie.
You want
Aye.
Yeah, the news before that we're trying to open talks with James Rodriguez.
Really? I haven't heard that. Seriously.
What
I mean,
how we're possibly
it's not from a reliable source, like, so it'd make what you believe, like, but that's what I've read.
I can't see that happening at all. Isn't he linked with Atletico Madrid?
Why, that's probably more realistic,
I don't even think we would be in the market for that type of player, to be honest, because we've got a few players like that.
I'd take him as Rodriguez. Like, I'm a big fan when he decides he wants to play.
Definitely.
When he wants to play, he's fucking class.
I don't know why he would leave Rafa Benitez as Everton that's going to be challenging top 6, top 8 to come to Bruce's Newcastle. Like,
he seems a bit like arrogant, like any like. I know he only went to Everton because he wanted to work with Ancelotti, and he's a bit pissed off that Ancelotti's left. But at least you've got Rafa. It's not like you've got fucking Alan Pardew out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, still Rafa. It's still the team that you chose to go to. Like, fucking suck it up. Like, play for Rafa one more year if you didn't like it. Put in a transfer request. Like, stop being a little bitch.
He hasn't really played much either. Like towards the end of last season, did they? Well, like in the box, wins a corner ball, Newcastle. Saint-Maximin, Wilson, and Willock combining well there to win a corner for the tune. Matt Ritchie's going to take this corner for Newcastle in 14 minutes, still 0-0 at Villa Park. Should be 1-0 up though. Thanks to Wilson putting one wide from close range 1-on-1.
Go on.
All right, Richie, ping it in, lad. Fernandez, backstick, here's the first. It is Lascelles and it's headed wide. Goal kick.
Oh, I am interested to see how Villa are going to do this season, to be fair, because I think Jack Grealish was such a talisman for their team. Similar to the way that we look at Saint-Max, to be honest, and then what Willock did at the end of last season. You know, I think without a couple of players, we could literally go from one place to another, and I think it'll be interesting to see how they adapt. I think Ings is a great signing, but you just got to think how many more chances would you have got had Grealish still be there?
But huge.
Yeah. I still like what they've done. Like I said before, like bringing the likes of Buendia, the experience of Ashley Young and things like that. Like who else they got? Leon Bailey. I've been fan of Leon Bailey for years. Like, I think they've spent that money well in replacing them. Like, I think like that's what the owner said. Like, they say the video that they released, or was it the executive or whatever it was? Like when he released like video explaining it, he pinpointed like Grealish's main attributes, and he thinks like the players that they've got are pretty much replacing that. Like they've got like 5 players instead of 1 to replace them, which I quite like. I think they've done good business there. But obviously, only time will tell because there's only one Jack Grealish.
That's it. Like it is how a team adapts. I mean, you think it makes me think back to when Spurs sold Gareth Bale and they signed about 7 players.
I was literally just thinking this.
And some of them, you know, they look like great signings. You had Soldado, who was coming with a bit of a reputation from Spain. That didn't work out at all. Big price tag. He was a flop. That obviously Lamela was the one that stayed there the longest. He was there for a while, 30-odd million. Who else did they sign with that money? They signed about 5 or 6 players.
Was Sandro one of them, or was he already there?
Can't remember.
Who else did they sign? Because they signed someone attacking midfielder, quite expensive as well.
Didn't live long in the memory. I think that's probably said enough about them, to be honest.
But that's the thing. How does it? You never know until they actually get on the pitch, do you? Like you looked at that and you thought, oh well,
Bentaleb.
That sums it all up, doesn't it? Really Bentaleb, Jesus Christ. Awful footballer. Etienne Capoue, Chiriches, Paulinho. He was Harry Paulinho. Oh, Christian Eriksen. That's the one. Christian Eriksen.
Was he there that year? Was he?
They sent the Gareth.
I thought that was a good signing. Like I remember seeing him. I think it was like the under 23 Euros, like however many years ago it was, and he was absolutely ripping it up for Denmark. He was fucking unreal.
Capoue, Chiriches, Paulinho, Soldado, Nasir Chadli. Christian Eriksen. Eriksen at 11.5 million was a really good buy.
Wow. I was going to say he's probably worth what they got rid of Bale for, basically, nowadays.
Christian Eriksen, what I'm saying, that was 11.5 million. Yeah, 30 million on Lamela and 30 million on Soldado, not so much.
Soldado. Yeah, like Soldado was decent now. Like he came from La Liga, wasn't he? Like he was class there, but
he had a good
loads of players come to the Premier League. Like look at like Chelsea's like number 9 curse. Like they get loads of good players like Falcao, Morata. players like that, like that was end up shit, didn't they?
You just never know. Albert Luque or Torres, you just never know which way it's going to go.
Yeah, Joe Linton.
Joe Linton, aye. Do you see, I seen that thing when Brucey said, oh, he's doing all right for a 24-year-old. Wait,
Oh, yeah.
I think he was 25 last week, but he's all right for a 24-year-old. No, so he's 25. He's now 25, Steve. That's how it works.
That's literally what you've just said.
Fucking idiot. Seems
like 24, 25 young. Like, it's not really anymore, is it?
Not for a Premier League football, no. But Julian came out the other day saying he wants to play for a top 6 Premier League club.
Well.
Wants to play in the Champions League.
Yeah. I mean,
you have to come back half night for shit like that.
That one, to be fair, but...
Jesus Christ.
Well, I've also heard that apparently it was translated wrong, and what he wants to do is get Newcastle to be a top 6 club.
Right.
Which
that's what I understood as well.
So I don't know which way it was, but either way, I think he's
good.
Whatever he's having.
That's what like. Someone tried to interpret that he meant to say like, he wants to get into the top 6 with Newcastle.
Yeah.
Like, a team like Newcastle should be a top 6 team. I think that's what he meant to say.
That's more like it, Joey. I don't have none of that meant to say. I had a FaceTime with him and his English was fucking sound. It's better than mine. So, yeah, this was all interpreted wrong. Maggie in a good area here. Gives it a Rich. You can look for a cross. Puts one in. Oh, Wilson. Was he pulled down there? No, gone the other way.
VAR.
Wilson going mental.
Oh, no.
Actually lashing it down at Villa Park, aren't they?
It is.
Shirts are stuck to the players. Pissing down the rain.
Has been the day. I was in the tune this morning. It was fucking lifting.
Aye, well, that's not great.
That's a good ball by Richie, though.
Very good ball. Perfect on a plate. Young and Wilson.
I know.
Tussling.
That's where Young started, Villa, didn't he?
I did, I?
DME.
Oh, Watford was it?
No,
Watford,
it was Watford. I signed for Villa.
That
Villa team. I loved that Villa team, though, when Young was
there. How old is he now? He must be...
He must be 33 or something.
Or something, guys.
36, is he?
36, 37. I checked that the other day.
Danny Ings!
I didn't think...
Oh, just trickles wide. The ball's played in. Ings is finds himself one-on-one, tries to dink Freddie Woodman. Doesn't get enough power on it. Fernandez seems like he'll be there to get off the line, and it just goes wide. He's well away from the cells there. The through ball finds Ings. Very good run by Ings. Goes for a little dink finish. Goes wide. First big chance for Villa. 20 minutes in. Shout out BR52 for sending us out the free beers. We've got an ice cream pale ale there, Keg. How do you think with that?
All right. Sounds a bit lovely, that, like, to be honest.
Oh, it does sound lovely, that, like.
I would mind a bit of that.
Soft scoop vanilla ice cream pale ale with tropical and citrus notes. That sounds sexy if I've ever heard of beer before.
Yeah, that's a pale ale.
What does it taste like?
Yeah, this comes a taste test, though. It's probably absolutely stinking. Coffee looks like a milky bar. Still kind of, I still got the smell. So
oh, really?
Don't know why I'm doing that. Oh, that's tremendous.
Is it good?
That's actually amazing.
Sounds good to me. Like, I know a lot of people think that sounds weird, but that sounds right up my street.
The Gordon Brewery, free promo for them. Don't know why. Lovely. Take a picture of that. I'm gonna get multi pack. I've tried it. No.
Oh, no.
I'm COVID free now. Don't worry about it.
I was going to say it's like a different glass.
Got them
I'd wipe that rim if I was you, Ruby. Wipe the rim.
It is nice. I'm not sure it tastes like ice cream though. Do you think it tastes like ice cream?
Probably not.
A little bit of an aftertaste.
A little bit of a vanilla scoop in there somewhere. Josh Stockton, thank you very much, mate. Good to see you again. Hope you're well. Josh Stockton, valuable watcher of the YouTube channel there. Another donation from him. Good afternoon, mate.
Cheers, Josh. Appreciate it.
Bruce doing his best impression of Mike Bassett. That's a weekly occurrence.
Big Grenty.
We're very
Bruce is Mike Bassett.
He literally is fucking Bassett 2.0, like any.
Oh, he really is.
From my sources, there's big news on your fantasy team front.
Oh, Jackie Grealish. Captain Grealish. Go on, lad.
Again, running along the bottom there.
No sense that, mate. Nil-nils everywhere apart from City. What's running along the bottom? What are we waiting for? Oh, was it Grealish who got the second goal?
Mm-hmm.
Happy days. I thought you said came up as Torres on yours.
It did come up on Torres.
Huh?
I was ruled out VAR.
I gotta love that VAR. Like
VAR all out there.
tackled by Almir on there. Can we get a break on now? What's that?
See if this one's ruled out on VAR, like it just come through just the same as the Torres one did. But
I see Salah had one ruled out for VAR before I left the house. That would have knocked everyone's bets up a little bit there. And we're not bet, sorry, Fantasy League. Salah, when he had his goal ruled out today.
Well, I watched the game and I basically just watched it hoping Salah would hurry up and score. And he didn't. I did have Jota though, and he did score. And I had that Simicast who got an assist and a clean sheet. So
nice.
But the problem is, if
he got man of the match, him.
Did he?
I tell you what.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know a lot about him because he's 4 million, but he's 4 million on fantasy team. That's why I put him in.
I've seen loads of people put him in. I was like, I didn't think he was going to get a game, but Robertson's fit again now. He's on the bench today, isn't he?
Well, he looked really good today. I was actually very impressed. So I'm actually hoping that after getting an assist and a clean sheet, they might keep him in for another game.
Oh, they will do, eh?
The thing is, well, it's 50-50 though, because I mean, Robertson is such a good player, and it was similar like when we were playing Darlow. When Dubravka had come back, you don't want to take Darlow out when he's doing well, but really Dubravka is the better goalie.
Better player, right.
So then it's kind of the same with that Simcast Robertson.
I think they'll mix it up. I think once they play one of the big boys, they'll probably chuck Robertson back in. But if they're still playing anyone mid-table or whatever, they'll probably just keep him in until he goes out of form. Mayfield, the free kick, shocking. Absolutely awful free kick, that.
Hey. Go on, give it Max here. Go on.
Yeah, it's Maxi on the wing.
Take him.
Beats his man, looks for the cross. Headed away. Mayfield, great touch in the box.
Good Harry!
Oh, what's happened here? Nothing. Ashley Young going mental at Jacob Mayfield. He must have took a dive in the rain. It looked good from this angle.
It looked good from
It
here.
looked like you caught him there. Oh, he's going to VR.
Oh.
Everyone's getting pretty feisty.
Aye. Valapia's going mental, but David Coote, the referee, is just trying to listen to his ear, see what they're saying. Could be a penalty for Newcastle.
What you saying, Davey?
What you saying, Cootie?
Tell me what you're saying.
Ashley Young. Be nice to see replay, like. Be nice bit of calm on that. If Murphy won a penalty after having one wrongly given against him last week. Yeah, we're going to see a replay now. Murphy took a touch. Piercing down rain. Players flying in. Oh, it's a dive.
It's a massive dive.
Doesn't touch him.
And he was out of the box, I think. I don't think he was in the box anyway.
Was he not?
I don't think so. I think it was just outside.
Yeah, it's a massive dive, like.
I mean, Young has dived in there. I mean, it could, but he hasn't touched it.
He fooled me, Murphy. Don't think he's going to fool VAR, though. Brucey doesn't realise there's a hood on that jacket. So,
Brucey's a fucking pleb.
Might be a yellow. I know. They're going to book him for diving. Because, I mean, he didn't touch him.
I think you will get a call for that, like.
I mean, they've been looking at it for about 2 minutes. I think.
I don't know what to think was on.
Well, you can see that it isn't the pence. I don't know what the VAR bloke's doing.
Back on the way, finally, after all that delay, nothing happened, no one got a card. Don't understand what all that was about, to be honest. Why there was such a delay there.
I literally don't know why it took so long. It quite clearly was a fucking dive. Like, just get on with it, man.
Aye. Here's Almiron. Referee's blew his whistle and our streamer's crashed. So that's good.
I thought you meant
Your box. I'm trying to join you on here. You break.
I thought we'd frozen for a second, not on here. Yeah. Let me get the coffee. You just wait.
So is mine.
Is yours crashed now as well?
Yeah.
I'll refresh it. Stay with us. I'll sort it, didn't we?
Oh no.
There you go, mate.
Thank you.
Rubenstein's handle is now in the title, everyone. So go and click on his channel and click subscribe if you haven't already. Mate, you've got double our subscribers. You can probably tell them to come over here, will you? Do you know what I mean?
Will do.
We're back in the game.
Get it on the plug. Oh yeah, I'm back.
We missed a Villa half volley as well. By
Over the bar. Matty Cash.
Over the bar. Matty Cash, sorry, yeah.
Oh, Cashy's on the old Racidi on the back leg.
Oh, he is, and he's trying to do a Grealish. You haven't got I don't think you have the facilities for that big man. He's trying to do a Grealish. He's got patches.
He's just trying to cover the bald spot, to be fair. He's just growing the front to swoosh it back.
That keeper top there, is that the one that Peter was saying was the third kit, is it? Because I seen a leaked image of what was meant to be the third kit was a green one. It looks like a keeper one, actually.
Have we brought out a third kit yet?
Nah, still waiting. Still waiting. I'm sure we will for the money.
I'm not sure why we need it, to be honest. I thought we were going to be in Europe this season, as far as I'm aware.
They just bring them out every year, though, don't they?
Well, I remember back in the day when it was a home home shirt and then an away shirt. Now it's a new home shirt, away shirt, and a third kit every year.
Money, mate. The start of the third kits for Europe. So you'd always wear that third kit in Europe, home or away. I remember like the Champions League days, the NTL home, the grey and the blue down there. That was lovely. Viona 45 long sleeve shirt, lovely. But every year now, I mean, God knows how long we've had third kits, haven't we? So everyone does it. It's all about money.
Oh, did you see the new Puma kits that got released? It just says
horrible.
The name of the Man City and
I can't believe
AC
that.
Milan.
Oh, I would fucking touch the bullet with Puma.
Actually would have had one of them. Newcastle.
I've just seen Fenerbahce's got the same one. They're Puma and all, so it literally must be Puma's new design.
Because the player scored for Fenerbahce the other night in the UEFA Conference League.
Oh, yeah, he's getting to kiss the badge, wasn't he? He was like,
it's not there, look.
That's terrible, that.
Aye, everyone's got them. I've seen them all. I've seen Marseille's and everyone. Everyone who's sponsored by Puma has got that third top with a name across it. It looks like something that Tesco would sell or something, where like they haven't got the right
training gear in it.
A boohoo man or something. Like it's just like. Oh.
I was looking at the Twitter comments, and pretty much all of them were saying, "I've bought one of these before on holiday."
Aye, Marmaris, turkey special.
So yeah, we got away with that one at least.
We did. Aye.
One of them.
The Man City one's the worst though because they've got the badge in the background as if they're like trying to watermark it.
Yeah,
there's just loads of like badges. It's like, it's awful. Break and play on the half an hour mark. And Villa player down.
It's going to be a bit of anti-time. I think we've had about 5 minutes without any football here. Murphy diving and then...
Haven't been impressed by Villa so far, though. So, like I was saying before the game, it's a chance for Newcastle to get a result the other day. Like, they don't look up to scratch. They're missing some key players. We've got a strong side out. We haven't seen much of Willock. Like, how haven't we seen Willock involved that much? We've seen the odd run in the box, but I don't think his fitness is up to scratch either. Is
that the original Thogden?
Shout out Thogden if it is, or whoever it is, whatever.
Hello.
Well, he must. I don't know. If he's got his name, he's done well to do that. If it's not him, follow us on Instagram. That's Paul Thogden.
Big up for you, anyway.
That night out we had, that quality night out at the Continent Awards.
Oh yes, good time, good time.
Back on the way now. Everton 1-0 up there. Rafa's Everton not going to make it 2 wins in a row. Ruby, where will Rafa's Everton finish this season?
Ooh, it's, I don't know, top 8.
Top 8.
Do you think?
With Rafa, it's possibly got Hostel and us to 10th, so it's possible. But
possibly top 6. I think Champions League's not there for me.
No.
Possibly Europe. I mean, there's a good bit of a battle there, to be fair. And I mean, Rafa's going to sort them out defensively, which I think was one of their biggest problems. They've got the people who can score goals in Lewin and Richarlison, so if they can keep them out at the back, then who knows?
Mm-hmm. That's the big thing for me. Like, Everton's defence was surprisingly poor under Ancelotti. They had a horrible home record last year. They looked shaky. We know what Pickford's like at times. See what Rafa can do with him after he had a great summer with England. And I think he needs 1 or 2 signings. The signings have been a bit of a surprise to me. Like 1.6 million on Demarai Gray, who I think is an alright player. Andros Townsend, obviously not getting any younger. So, but if they can't keep the likes of Richarlison and Calvert-Lewin and that fit, and Gomez and stuff in midfield, they've got a decent enough team there. So Rafa can do a good job there. Whether he gets the time, whether the fans get on his back, whatever, it's going to be a bit of a weird one.
Well, that's the only thing for me. I think the minute it goes, you could win 4 games in a row and lose 1, and I think they'll probably be on him, because I don't think there was particularly.
That's the thing. Like they didn't want him as the ex-Liverpool manager, so you can literally lose 1 game and Everton fans will be like, "All right, that's it, get him out."
I was watching that overlap, the Sky fan debate thing. When they were talking about it, they were saying, like, what's it going to be like when it's the Merseyside derby? And like at Goodison Park, if Liverpool gone like 2-0 up, all the Liverpool fans will be chanting Rafa Benitez's name at Goodison. It's just going to be like a mad atmosphere to have, and the fans going to be on the back. And they were 1-0 down for a bit last week. Adam Armstrong scoring against Rafa.
Almost back.
Almost back. See how he gets on tomorrow against Man United. I think that'd be a good signing. I think Adam Armstrong will have a decent season. I hope he does anyway.
Me too. I like him.
Shout out Jimmy for that. Cheers, mate. It's good to be well again. Absolutely lifting 2 weeks with COVID. Mainly stuck in bed, couldn't breathe, couldn't walk anywhere. So glad to be back. Looking forward to another season of Smashing the Channel, hopefully.
Yeah, that's another one. I see how Adam Armstrong does. I mean, that's another player. I mean, him and Ivan Toney are players that we had on the books and decided to send out. Who are now back in the Premier League.
Yeah.
I would definitely expect them to both score against us, but I would.
The will, man, guaranteed.
Tony, we looked a handful last week. Didn't get a goal, but he got given man of the match still.
Did he?
The right handful, he caused Ben White and the rest of Arsenal's defence all sorts of problems.
It's because Arsenal left him.
So he's playing the day, I think, against Palace at the minute. See how he gets on. But
0-0 there at the minute.
He's got a lot of confidence, Ivan Toney. I've seen an interview he's doing before the season. They said, "Oh, where do you think Brentford can finish?" He says, "Well, we've got to aim to win the league."
Wow.
So he's rather deluded or confident. I think it's a bit of both. Ivan Toney. About the Premier League, he was like, "Well, we've got to try and win the league, haven't we?" And like with a proper straight face as well. I was like, "You've been smoking budgie like Tony." You can't do me like. He's been Amsterdam.
You've been hanging out with Niall Ranger.
You've been hanging with Niall Ranger too much. Niall Ranger and Troops or something. I think he's been. I think he's been in Amsterdam watching the Euros or something, because getting a bit carried away there, Ivan. But fair enough. He's setting high targets.
It's a bit
dream big and all that.
It's better than when Moyes joined Sunderland and said on the first day it's a relegation battle or whatever.
That's what Brucey's like, isn't he?
Yeah,
Brucey's like that.
He is.
Yeah, we'll try our best. Basically, we just got to get it over the line.
That was one of the good questions to Brucey the other day, actually, where someone said, "Why do you always talk down the club and always big up the opposition?"
Yeah,
that was a good question. And he said, fair enough. Like, I think things get lost. I never mean to talk down the club or things like that. The usual waffle, but it was a good question. Like,
well, he said he'll take it on board. I mean, I don't think he's going to.
No.
I don't think honestly, I don't think Brucey comes out and goes, right, I'm going to slag off my own team. I just think he tries to do his bit of the,
He's just thick, isn't he?
Yeah,
he is. He's just a dumb bloke.
Yeah, I don't think he's got a bad intention when he does it, but it does come over that way, though. It sounds like he's bigging them up and putting us down, and it can be quite frustrating at times to listen to it. Like, I don't think he's doing it on purpose, but it is annoying.
No, Villa with a dangerous free kick here. Left-hand side, they're going to whip it in. Got the centre-backs forward for it. Front post. Cleared away by Wilson, only as far as whoever took the number 10 shirt for Villa. Grealish, is that
Buendia.
Buendia. Not Cash.
Buendia.
Big money spent on Buendia. I do rate him, though. I think he's very good player.
What was he, like 34, 38 million, something like that?
30 odd million, eh? There he is, number 10, Buendia.
I love that he turned down Arsenal, like.
That's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
I ain't made the right choice, to be fair. Like.
Aston Villa. Bloody hell. It is, in
it just shows you how far Arsenal's come. Like, Arsenal can't expect to be a top 4 club anymore. Like, they're miles off the pace at the minute, I think.
You never, ever hear of that if someone turned down Arsenal. Arsenal still so highly regarded in a big club in London, big stadium, huge fan base across the world. To go to Birmingham, to go play for Villa instead.
Yeah.
The Villa obviously heading in the right direction. They're hoping of this new owner spending money on that. So,
well, this is it. Arsenal are having some issues at the minute, and I don't think it made it better by playing the promoted team first game of the season with all the eyes on them and losing 2-0. I think that's not the start of the season you want to have.
The biggest spenders in the transfer market this fall, though, now Arsenal after signing Ramsdale and Odegaard.
Mental that, like. But like, you look at the team and you think like they've spent more money than anyone else in the Premier League. But what on? If they made that team better, like Ramsdale's at the minute probably going to be the number 2. Like, is he going to make an impact? Probably not. Ben White, I like, massively overpriced. Odegaard's probably the only good signing.
What's a stinker? Who's that at the back? Who's giving it away? Was it Fernandes? Oh, Villa make a mess of it. But Fernandes, sorry to interrupt there, gives the ball away in our own box there. And Villa didn't make the most of it. Well, I've still got it, yeah, still pressing. McGinn, left-hand side. Oh, poor ball. Sloppy. What are you saying, Keg?
I just don't think Arsenal's improved the team much anymore. Like, I like Odegaard. I think he's a really good signing. Probably appropriately valued as well. I think Ben White's overpriced. I don't really know who that young DM that they've brought in is. Like, he started at the weekend, but last weekend. But I don't know too much about him. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, I just don't. I think other than Odegaard and arguably Ben White, who's been overpriced.
Almiron trying to find Wilson at the back post, sticks out a leg, just goes past him. Maybe picks it up. But I think you're right. Like, I think Ben White hugely overpriced. Odegaard,
saying pissed away 130 million.
You think what you can get for 130 million, like,
I don't think that team's any better than it was last season.
Nah, it really isn't. It really isn't. Obviously, Odegaard was there last season, and it's a lot of money for someone who he didn't. He's always been around. He's been around since he was young. He's huge potential, but I didn't see much of him last season. Where I thought, he looks unreal.
Well, I think this is I've seen 2 photos. One was Arsenal's lineup last season. One was lineup this season. As you said, Ramsdale's going to be second choice. Odegaard was there anyway, so it's only White 130 million later, and they've got a new centre back. It just seems crazy.
They've let some
130 million on there, White.
50 million for a fucking player that was barely on the plane to the Euros. Like, it's a lot of money. That, like,
it is
for a Brighton centre back,
Brighton bloody centre back. I don't get why they spent that much money on Ramsdale unless he is the serious you're going to stick him in as number 1, because that's a lot of money for a number 2. Like, you could have got.
I would assume that they would, like you say, for that price. Like, yeah, they've got to, but does Leno deserve dropped? I don't think he does. Like, I just don't understand the logic behind it. Like, if I was Leno, I'd be putting in a fucking transfer request and be like, right, if you're spending 30 million on him, get me back to Germany or something. Sell me to fucking Bayern Munich or something.
See that thing as well where everywhere Ramsdale's went, the club's being relegated.
Oh, wow.
So he was at who was he at before Sheffield United? Bournemouth, aye. So he was at Bournemouth and Sheffield United, and there was that meme of Goldberg from wrestling. He's like, "You're next to Arteta." Imagine if fucking Arsenal went down, that'd be hilarious. EFTV away to fucking Millwall, that'd be brilliant.
Towards the back end of like when the season started, right up until by like Christmas, where they were in the bottom half, weren't they?
They were, right? I remember when they got beat off Burnley at home, and people were like, DT and that were like, we could seriously be in a battle. Finish the
first few, like the first few weeks, it was just a bit of banter. Got off to a bad start. They were in like the bottom 5, and it was like, oh, you might get relegated. But then it just kept happening. And you were losing like Burnley, and I was like, we might really get relegated. This isn't fucking funny anymore.
Yeah, I thought it was unreal when Jamie Carragher shouted out Ty on the commentary for the Arsenal game last week. Oh, they went 2-0 down. Oh, my mate Ty's not going to like that. Oh, I love that.
There's something, there's apparently Ramsdale may have got relegated with Chesterfield and all. So he's like 23 years old or something and been relegated 3 times. Saw that, like.
Yeah, he's cursed, like.
Young lad, relegated 3 times in his career. Good start. And then Arsenal spent 30 million on him.
How he was 30 million, just because he's English. Again, there's getting the castaways of the Euro squad, like Ramsdale and White, and that didn't play. It's just getting. He's meant to sign the players that actually had an impact, not the players that were just there to fucking.
Like Jack Grealish.
How much did you sell Martinez to Aston Villa for?
18 million, 20 million or something.
So they've
it was a decent price, but
yeah, but then if they're going to have to go and spend an extra 10 on someone else, then it wasn't really worked, has it?
Aye. A South American international or a fucking English 4th choice keeper. All right, need that. Yeah, Martinez has been brilliant since he went to Villa, to be fair.
Very good, yeah.
They shouldn't have sold him. Like, he's unreal. Like, I really rate Martinez. I think he was one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League last year, but
100%.
I just sell him on to Villa for absolutely fucking idiots.
Well, I think the idea behind it was he's not playing, so we may as well take some money off him. But then literally a year, 2 years later, well, hang on, we've got no second choice goalie. Best go and spend 30 million on Ramsdale. That plan wasn't great, was it?
Fuck, man.
Go on.
Oh, Willock does well there. Wins a free kick in a dangerous area.
Last minute of the half.
3 minutes at a time. Douglas Luiz fouls Joe Willock, gets a yellow card. And Newcastle have a good opportunity for a cross in the box in the closing stages of the opening 45. A couple of yellow cards already in this game. One there for Villa's Luiz. Hayden's picked one up for Newcastle. Wilson's picked one up for Newcastle. Been a bit of a boring last 15-20 minutes, hasn't it?
Yeah, it started really well.
Did I? Matt Ritchie's going to swing this one in left foot. All right, lads. Nick one here before half time. That bloody commentary's ahead of itself, isn't it? Fernandez heads it over the bar.
Too far out to get anything on that, I think.
Ruby, if fancy you reading someone's eulogy?
Maybe I will, mate. What's the offer on the table?
There's enough for free round here.
Get the offers in now. At least some vanilla ice cream beers and maybe we'll get one.
Box of ice cream beers will do, mate, and then
send him the airway kit and he'll do it. That could be your new career, mate. It could be read like Amazon books or something,
maybe I could start up a second channel.
Line. Go around look at like Newcastle's wildlife and just be like fucking.
Is it like fucking Sea Babies or something? They get people like Tom Hardy and things like that, like reading like bedtime stories and that. Did they do that?
But Tom Hardy also did the All or Nothing for Spurs, didn't he? So maybe that you could do.
That's true.
All or Nothing for Newcastle, mate.
There you go.
All or Nothing for Newcastle United, mate.
I'd rather we didn't do one of them, to be honest. I'm quite glad we're having it at this point. I'm surprised Mike actually hasn't ripped someone's arm off at this point for some more money. Like,
I know. He'll be, and I'm sure Charlie will be asking them to do one for us. Like, he wouldn't want to be involved. He wouldn't want to look how much of a shit show it is, but it would be hilarious.
He wouldn't want to see the embarrassment behind the screen.
Well, one of the questions the other night to Bruce on the BBC Newcastle radio was, do you ever speak to Mike Ashley? And the answer was no, basically.
No, he says he hasn't seen him for ages, has he? Talking for ages. You only ever talked to Charlie.
I'm sure Lascelles done that. Like, Lascelles gave an interview like a couple of years ago and says, I've only met him once.
Matty Cash drying the ball for a long throw. Doing up Rory Delap. Half time's nearly here. Flicked on. Oh my fucking God.
Wow.
Oh my God. Danny Ings with a overhead kick.
Right on the fucking stroke of half time.
Wow.
Right on half time as well, man. Fuck's sake.
That is the worst time to concede.
Literally the worst time to concede, because you know how much Brucey's half-time team talks are non-existent. You know, we went in 2-1 up against West Ham and completely bottled the second half. So, what's Brucey going to say at half-time here?
No one's anywhere near him.
No one's
marking him.
It's an unbelievable finish, but how has he got that much time in the bloody penalty spot? He's right on the penalty spot, and you've got Fabian Shaw just fucking brushing his hair, watching him do an overhead kick. Look at this. How's he got all the time in the world?
Shocking defending.
All the time in the bastard world there for Danny Ings. Great finish, overhead kick.
I mean, Woodman hasn't got a chance again. That's another goal Woodman can't help. But the defenders let him down again.
How's the main man, the £20 million striker, all that time and space in the box to have
so fucking long? So it's a really good finish on the overhead kick, like from that far out. But I just giving him that many yards, fucking Jacob Murphy falls to his knees. Like Shaw, Fernandez, no one's around. Lascelles attacks the throw in, so he's out of position. Oh, God.
Right on half time. The whistle is just blown for half time. Literally the last kick of the 45, and it's Villa Ings 1-0. That Wilson chance could definitely be coming back to haunt her. We should have went 1-0 up inside 5 minutes. Callum Wilson put one wide, 1-on-1 from close range. And nothing much has really happened in the game, to be honest. It's been a quiet half. Villa have been poor. We haven't really done much either. And then a long throw from Cash and an overhead kick from Ings gives Villa the lead at half time.
We've let ourselves down there because I thought we've been all right today. I thought we started really well. I think coming in to the end of the half, we've just switched off. Everyone's looking at the time, thinking it's over. Oh, half-time snacks. And literally with seconds to go, Shaw has just switched off and we've let a goal in that shouldn't have been. I mean, what a finish again. I won't take that away from him, but he's stood in 5 yards of space on his own.
It's like a training ground goal, that. You can see the long throw is coming in, so why aren't we getting ready for it? Why aren't we right? This long throw is coming straight in the box. Who's on Ings? Who's on him? Who's on him? Get tight to your man. Get ready for a clearance. Get ready for a header away. Shocking defending that, man.
And like you say, if there's anyone you want to mark in the penalty spot, it's Danny Ings. He's the one we've left. We've marked everyone else. We've left him.
There's a reason why we've got him in the fantasy team.
There's a problem. There's a problem with our bloody centre backs. Like, no matter who comes in at the minute, we're all over the shop, man.
It's shambles.
We need a new defender in this window. We do.
Well,
and not a fucking young'un on loan who's not ready, like that bloody Ampadu who got relegated with Sheffield United, heavily linked with him. He's not good enough at all for me. Like. Get your comments in whatever crap we use at half time. Just for half time. Well, we were the ones that scored before half time last week. Went into the game 2-1 up last week. Liam agrees that we need a new centre back. Wilson will still be angry with himself for missing that sitter, let's be honest. That's what it was. It was a 1-on-1. He should have scored. He's going to be beating himself up with that one at half time. Chef Kikuchi saying Wilson doing a dual in so far today, having a shocking game. and he needs to be grief with it. Maxie's been quiet. I think Willock's been quiet as well, to be honest. We're starting the first 10, 15 minutes was good, but since then we've done nothing.
Nah. A lot of people saying Willock's looked knackered, like he hasn't really done now. It's like, and now he's been under-trained, hasn't had much of a pre-season, so maybe that is the case. But Brissy said yesterday, young, fit lad, he's got bags of energy, like, doesn't really need all the training, like.
That's why I said Joe Willock made his impact at Newcastle as the super sub. He's only played 45 minutes in pre-season. He shouldn't have started the day. Like, he shouldn't have. Bring him on even half-time, 60 minutes. The Shelby injury hasn't helped, but, it shows where's the long stuff, where's the strength and depth. Should be able to go to places like Villa and be able to not rely on your new signing who hasn't played barely any football in pre-season. He's only had, 5-6 days this week of training to get used to the team again.
Mm-hmm.
It was a great goal, but it was a great finish, but it was poor defending. Yeah.
Just spent 5 minutes reading all the names of them. Decide which one I wanted.
Figure out which one it is. Oh, there's Jack Grealish's first goal for Man City. I missed it, to be fair. I just seen him celebrating. Guess there's a Villa fan in the house there.
Or a Mackham.
He's always going to score, Danny Ings. That's why you've kept him in my fantasy team this week after scoring last week as well.
Yeah, he's in mine.
Overhead finish. Wilson should have been on the score sheet again. That should have been both strikers on the score sheet for 2 games in a row. Fortunate not for Wilson just yet. I'd be surprised if Willock lasts until the 93rd minute. Like,
I know.
Oh, where is the toilet?
Just on the right.
Maybe could have been that super sub.
Well, it feels like a waste now that we've brought him on from the start, because I think if he's not had an impact now, he's going to struggle to do it in the second.
Yeah, and without Shelby on the bench, we've got fucking Sean Longstaff. I can't see him coming on and making a big impact. Just don't know where it's going to come from. Just going to put the bench along the bottom there, like Hendrick, Sean Longstaff. Other than that, you're looking at Fraser, Julian, and Gale to come on and make an impact.
Yeah,
it's not good enough, man. Squad's not deep enough.
Well, that's it. I would like to see something from Fraser this season. I think when we got him on that free, it was one of the players I thought, you know what, that is a very
unbelievable
good
signing on it. Yeah, especially on free.
And then with injuries and whatever else, he just hasn't really. Well, it's not even that he hasn't done it; he hasn't had the chance to do it, just with the injury issues.
Yeah, I've seen like glimpses of him last season. Like he showed like what he can do, but obviously he just wasn't fit enough throughout. So like anytime he got into a little bit of form, he was just injured again. He had like a good international break with Scotland just before the end of the season, but typically got injured in the last game or just when he got back to Newcastle in training or something. So it's one of them things, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I thought as well with him and Wilson having a previous relationship, I thought, well, it's a match made in heaven here. Just get the two of them on the pitch and they'll just do what they used to do.
Yeah,
but hasn't worked out that way.
Not yet. Definitely
not yet.
That's
time. Right, there's time.
I hope there is. Like say, like I really like him. Like when he was at Bournemouth, I was a big fan of him, and like, him and Wilson, they were like the York and Cole, weren't they? Like just set each other up, score goals. Like they're fucking unreal. Like I just want to say that. I just want Fraser to stay fit and just try and like get them balls into the box. Like that's what we need. Like before Callum Wilson, we obviously didn't have a striker to get on the end of crosses. And now we've got that striker. It just doesn't really seem like we're getting many decent balls into the box. We've got decent wingers like Murphy and Ritchie, but Fraser's one of like the best wingers, like or prior to this season anyway. He's like one of like the best with the deliveries into the box. And lo and behold, at Bournemouth, it was Callum Wilson that was getting on the end of them. Like they're like a dream made, like a partnership made in heaven. And
I remember when we said
Fraser
this,
being free as well. Like, it was unbelievable.
We were saying this the last season when we first signed him. This is what we wanted to kind of see. We wanted like the three behind.
Why haven't we seen this formation, man?
This looks like a dream on FIFA, doesn't it? If you had Almiron in the middle, Miggy on the right or left, Fraser on the right or left, behind Wilson. There's just goals, creativity, every flair, everything in that forward 3 or 4. You would just love to see that. Absolutely love to see. But Brucey continues to stick with the 5 at the back. Rafa's old 5 at the back.
Someone's getting left on the bench.
It's the way of trying to pick up results at the best.
No, in this formation, someone's getting left on the bench. Like, stupid.
Aye.
And well, again, Brucey's playing the 5 at the back. I would go ahead and say that having a 4 with a 2 holding is probably just as defensive, if not more, than having 5 at the back anyway.
Look at West Ham last week, where we conceded and got caught out with the middle of the park because we had no midfield.
Yeah.
So if we had 2 holders there, say if we had Chowdhury and Hayden or whatever, if he comes in, or if you had Sean or whoever you want to put there, then that would give you that bit of solidarity behind your back 4. Because we're losing out here, for me, especially in games next week against the likes of Southampton at home, who are going to be in and amongst us. You'd think, one of those 12th to wherever teams in Southampton is where at home. You should be having 4 at the back at home against people that are mid-table. You should be having your flair players, your attacking players, entertain the crowd, try and score goals, try and win games. Not just be like, all right, we're going to play win back and just hope for the best and try and not concede and shit like that. Like, we should be doing more.
I don't think he's brave or creative enough. Like, he's just a dinosaur and he's just stuck in his ways. Like, he'll play the same formation. Doesn't matter if it's fucking Man United, Man City, or fucking Salford, fucking Newcastle. Like, it's just gonna be 5 at the back all the time, innit? Like, he's not gonna change it.
Carabao Cup against Burnley next week. There'll be 5 at the back, won't it? Do you know what I mean? At home.
Oh, wait, at least Burnley's a Premier League team. Of course it will, definitely. But I think Burnley's in that bracket as well. I think we're a better team than Burnley. I think us, Southampton, and Crystal Palace will be that kind of like 12th to 15th bracket. But I think Burnley they'll be struggling this year. So you'd like to think we're better than them, but not by a million miles. Like, Brucey will definitely stick to what he knows just to try and it'll be a dirty, horrible 1-0 game. Either way, it'll be fucking stinky. Like it usually is against Burnley. They're never great fixtures, really, are they?
It's normally on a Monday night.
Sean Dyche and Brexit football.
Wait, Tuesday?
Does the Carabao Cup go to a replay or does it go to extra time again?
It depends now.
Straight
depends, I think.
Because we had Leicester on pens. We had Leicester on pens.
Yeah.
So this is going to be a 1-0 or a 1-1 in it on Wednesday night and probably going to be pens and get beat. That'll be good.
Yeah. I could say it being a bit
we had a good run in the Carabao Cup last year until obviously getting beat off Brentford in the quarters, which we did make difficult as well, all those extra times and stuff against the lower league sides.
I'm going to knit for a beer. I wasn't going to have one because it's a little bit too early for me, but the tune's
I haven't had a beer in 2 weeks, so I'm delighted to be getting on these beers today.
Hey.
And make the most of it. Let's hope we can have a good second half. So if we do look at the bench, I think if we can get it on here, if we've got it ready. Let's have a look. Let us know in the comments what you would do second half if you were in charge now. We could make any changes to the side to try and get Newcastle back into this game. Because the options on the bench are as follows. We'll ignore Kraft and the defenders. So we're looking at Ryan Fraser there, as we were talking about before, pretty much. If you look at that there, I mean, look at you got Ryan Fraser, Dwight Gale, who had no right pre-season. Sean Longstaff's warming up here in the background at half time. You look at the bench there; it's really not great, to be honest. You've got. We're not even going to pay attention to the. You can maybe bring Lewis on instead of Richie to get forward. Big season for Lewis, really. If he gets a chance for the money that was spent on him last year, and obviously not doing well. We don't want to look at Hendrick. Sean Longstaff's warming up at the minute, so that could be what Brucey's thinking. But you look at Fraser, Jordan, on Gale. Wow. Fraser and Gale could maybe do something, but it doesn't fill you with bundles of confidence, does it?
Those are the players I'm looking at. I mean, the only thing is with Gale. I mean, we're going to go. Is Bruce going to be brave enough to go 2 up front? I don't think he is. So all we're going to do is take Wilson off for Gale, and obviously you wouldn't do that. So that almost leaves him as not even available. And then after that, I mean, Almiron, I don't think I've really seen much of him today. I would leave Willock on just for the pure fact that we know he can provide something. Maybe try and spread the play a little bit and go from 5 at the back to 4, and then bring Fraser on and have Murphy on one wing, Fraser on the other. Shove Gale on for Almiron and have 2 up front. Just do something different for James.
Mix it up. Well, at the end of the day, though, we've got bloody Saint-Maximin, who's pretty much up top of Wilson. Why are we playing Saint-Maximin up top, and Saint-Maximin's a winger? He's not getting on the ball enough. He's not being able to impact the game enough as it stands today. Like,
there was a moment on the left-hand side where he found some space, and that was a good point for us. I think playing them together, I think he's struggling to find the room. We need to put him somewhere. We can just give him the ball.
Aye. Even if you played that 4-2-3-1 that we mentioned before, you could have Joe Linton on the left of that 3 behind Wilson. That I think would work a lot better than him trying to be that number 9 we're wanting him to be. Where did I see a question before about Sean Longstaff? People there talking about him swapping him for James Rodriguez, but what's happening with Sean? Is he going to Everton? It is a strong link, like. You know, Rafa was a fan of Sean Longstaff. He brought him through. He looked unbelievable under Rafa Benitez, didn't he? Sean Longstaff, obviously £50 million rated at one point. And we haven't seen anything close to what he was producing under Rafa week in, week out. So Newcastle are apparently wanting $10 million for him in his last year of his contract. Matty Longstaff, his brother, also in the last year of his contract. He's on his way out. He's going to get a loan move to a championship club this week, I'm told. So,
as a Newcastle fan, I don't want to see the Longstaffs go. I mean, we've spoken about this before. Obviously, it's tough with the young'uns, and we've seen what Chelsea did. You know, they went and sold Lukaku, and then however many years later have gone out and bought him back. And we look at Adam Armstrong, Ivan Toney. I mean, it's really hard to keep them on the books when, to be honest, they're not in the team and they're not getting the game time. But in terms of Sean and Matty, we've seen what they can do, and it's even more frustrating if we do let them go to see them progress with someone else. But you've got to ask, what did Rafa do to get what he did out of Sean and Matty that Brucey hasn't got anywhere near?
Be a good manager.
They've both had injury issues, Sean particularly. But I mean, I'm sorry to say, as a Newcastle fan, I don't want to see them go. But I think if I was the pair of them, I don't think I would stay. No. To be honest,
especially if I was Matty, because I'd want more game time. They made him sign a new deal last year and didn't even play him. Man. Shocking.
Matty, please stay. We're going to give you another 2-year deal.
Don't go to Italy where it's nice weather and nice food.
We'll give you a chance to prove yourself. We've not seen you this season. You didn't play once. Why would he sign another one?
Well, he played like 3 games in a week against the top 4. He played like Leicester and Liverpool in that. Did well. Yeah. You know, good 6, 7 out of 10, whatever. Never played again. So I'm sure it wasn't a hard conversation, because at the end of the day, he is a Newcastle fan, and I'm sure he would want to have stayed. And I think even just the idea of, we know what, Matty, we're going to try and get you more involved. I mean, there's no way he's going to trust Brucey again with another deal, or I wouldn't if I was him. Second half on the way in here is Sean Longstaff, left-hand side of the box. It was came on for Isaac Hayden, whether that was fitness or combined with the fact that Hayden had a yellow card. But the cross goes out for a goal kick there.
Looked a bit banged up in the second half, didn't he? In the first half, sorry.
Yeah, he did, aye. Hayden's got an injury, people are saying in the comments, so...
Well, Hayden's another player I think is very important to us this season. I mean, you can look at it, the 2 Arsenal players we've brought in, Willock and Hayden. I would say are our 2 best midfielders by some way at the moment. Yeah. And then again, it's who you play alongside the pair of them. It's Almiron today. I don't think he's done as much as I would like him to. But the alternative is Jeff Hendrick.
You do not want to see. No. We've been trying to get rid of Jeff Hendrick and I now. I mean, why do you think he was a free? Why do you think Burnley let him go? We're not going to be looking at money for Jeff Buddy Hendrick. Honestly, you'd be looking
when Burnley come up on Wednesday, we should try and give him back.
Aye. You'd be looking to get in at bloody Wayne Rooney's depleted Derby County, Jeff Hendrick. Never mind anyone else want to actually come in for him.
I think it was as well, though, first game of the season, he scored the winner against West Ham, and everyone thought it was going to be, that was the last good thing he did.
One and only good thing. In his pathetic existence as a Newcastle player.
Well, I actually put a bet on that he was going to come on and score the winner against West Ham this season as well.
But if he was starting, I looked at the team, and if he was starting, I was going to put him on to score just for the crack.
I lost me tenner.
I'm glad I waited for that lineup to be announced.
Yeah. Well, I put 2-1 Hendrick goal, so I was going to win the 2-1 bit.
Ooh.
What's that one like?
That one's quite nice as well. 6%, Ruby.
Is it? Oh, well, I've picked you a good one then. 4.5 over here.
Oh.
Thanks to every single one of you tuning in right now. 237 people watching. Please smash that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. Subscribe to Rubenstein as well, because we'll get you through this second half of football at Villa Park, where no doubt Newcastle can get back in this game. Like, Villa haven't looked impressive at all, really. The only impressive thing they've done was Danny Ings' finish. Awesome. Newcastle had a good start of the game where Wilson should have scored, but that moment's gone now, and we need to crack on and try and create more chances in the second half as Fabian Schär hits the deck hole in his ankle.
Here comes Kraft.
Love an injury, that break.
Okay, cheers for watching, everyone. So, have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week. Yeah, it's just a clash of boots, wasn't it, really? Shaw clears it, hits El Ghazi. Should be all right.
Doesn't want to be on the pitch. I think he's asking to go off.
Yeah, I can't be arsed. You can tell he can't be arsed either after the amount of space that he gave Danny Ings for the goal.
His contract's winding down as well, isn't it? Has he got long?
I don't think he's got long, no, probably 2 years.
I mean, again, I think Shaw is similar in a way to the way we kind of play Murphy at right wing back. Murphy is great against a team like in the pre-season against Norwich, where we've got the ball and you can do all the attacking. When we're defending, I think when we play the five at the back, Shaw's great on the ball, bringing the ball out, but defensively, I still question it, you know.
I agree. I mean, in the game we said before at half time about how good Sean Longstaff was under Rafa, how good Shaw was under Rafa now. Unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like they both look like different players since then.
Yeah.
You should have come back on though. Shaw.
I mean, people have spoken about letting Lejeune go. Do you think that was I mean, we need to bring a replacement in. That's the problem. But in terms of actually going,
I would have kept him until we got a replacement in. To be honest, that would have been the smart choice, because we ended up playing Kraft at centre back last week and he was absolutely horrendous. So if I still had Lejeune there, I would have rather had Lejeune there than Emil Kraft. But at the same time, I don't think Lejeune is the same player he was because of his injuries. He had 2 horrific injuries. But he had a decent spell in Spain as well, though, on loan last year. So I would have probably kept him on the books until we did get someone in, because it's looking... Where's Twanzebe the day? Because obviously he chose Villa over Newcastle, didn't he? Is he just on the bench, or is he not fit yet? Or does anyone know?
No idea.
Because I thought he was coming to Newcastle at one point. He was definitely on the verge of joining Newcastle. You strongly linked Brucey wanted him. He wanted to come here, and then once Villa came in, obviously that was game over. Considering they would pay.
Going to get a real club.
Going to get into a club that wants to not beat relegation.
It'd be more of an experience, yeah. Though you get the thick of it. You get
throw
it in the deep end, and
you'd have a good night out.
That's true.
You probably thought, if I go there, things may go tits up. I may get distracted. I think I'll concentrate on my football. I just can't better.
Concentrate on golf.
Give that shit up. Because you don't really going out in Birmingham too much, do you, really? So
I thought this might be a good night.
We spent the night there, and I tell you, it was not a good night. And that
was not a good night.
1408. Jesus, we stayed in this proper haunted hotel. Me and Keg went to West Brom away in the FA Cup. It was awful. Couldn't get in any pubs. None of the pubs would let win. Being a Newcastle fan, the hotel was ancient and haunted. It was awful.
Why couldn't you get in the pubs?
I just went and try and get in any pubs. I just seen the tune top. Like, nah, you're not getting in the eye.
Even the designated away pub. I was literally one away pub.
Everyone was all this is where the away fans are. They said there was too many of them in there.
Oh dear me!
I think someone had just been kicked out for singing. Not even like causing any record now, just for singing. So they were just like, nah, many singing are good times in the eye.
You Geordie bastards.
Aye.
So I just went to the stadium, didn't we? I think we were the first ones in there.
My way. The first time I've ever been that early before. About empty concourse. Got a pint straight with us. That was a good change.
My curry chicken pie. It was lovely.
Aye. Chris Kamara pies.
Blind us beer and a curry chicken pie.
It was good actually, the Hawthorns. I did enjoy the Hawthorns.
Not been any of the Birmingham teams.
Aye. Well, I wanted to go to Villa because I've never been to Villa Park, but COVID struck me down.
I'd like to get to Villa Park. You know where I definitely wouldn't recommend going?
Where's that? Burnley.
That's what I was going to say.
I was so glad that Carabao Cup tie was at home next week.
No, I know.
Definitely not been going to Turf Moor on a Wednesday night. Mayfield the cross in, but it passes everyone for a goal kick. Oh, it's awful. It's absolutely awful.
I mean, how long are we going to sit and watch this until we change something? Because nothing's happening here. We haven't touched the ball this half.
10 minutes in now, the second half, we haven't threatened at all there.
What have you haven't done now? We've brought Sean Longstaff on, man.
Oh, sorry.
The ball's not going to pass itself backwards, you know, Ruby.
You're right.
Here he is. Where are you going? And he goes backwards. Get in, Sean, lad.
Good drinking game, that.
It is, right? You're fucking mortal. How do you get pissed in fucking 10 minutes?
Just watch Sean Longstaff pass backwards.
Just watch Sean Longstaff.
Still want Willock to get his goal.
No, aye. Willock, consolation, didn't worry about it going.
We'll get it, Penn. We've got to give it him.
I wouldn't give it Wilson on this performance so far.
No, well, I don't want to say it again, but that chance within the first 10 minutes.
First, it was 5 minutes, wasn't it? It was 4 minutes in. He's got to score that, like. Ball over the top for El Ghazi. Woodman comes out and collects. That is the top that was leaked as the third kit as well, so that's not official. So we'll wait and see what the third kit is. I thought it would be green, like, but that is the goalkeeper top, the away goalkeeper top. So
I was going to say, although that we've not had a lot of the ball, I think that's probably one of the handful of times Woodman's actually had to do anything, to be honest. The goal obviously had no chance against. I can't think of them having many other shots or saves or chances.
No, they haven't. They did nothing until that on right on half time, getting the goal.
I mean, they've not been great. We've just been worse. Is basically what's happening here. Well, Captain.
Oh, Villa just building up play, yeah.
I forgot how much I don't enjoy watching Newcastle.
Well, at least we didn't spend £100 on the trainer, you know, and then the match day ticket and whatnot.
I know, big up anyone who did go down, because I looked at the trains and thought, dear me.
Aye. We once I realised, once I was past the old COVID a bit, I was thinking, I fancy that, like, first away day back in the Premier League. Loved Doncaster away in the pre-season. Looked at the trains and they were like 95 quid. Was the cheapest one I found. So I was like, nah, not paying that. Like, not paying that. 100 quid on the trains, 30 quid for your ticket, at least 50 quid on beers and food. You're talking about 200 quid, really, aren't you? You know what I mean? So we'll do Man United away. I reckon Man United away on the 11th of September. Malo with that. Malo we're going to Old Trafford and watch them getting absolutely spanked by Fernandes and the rest of them. Another yellow card for Newcastle. This time it's Jacob Murphy.
I'm trying to think. I did go there. I think we were 1-0 up and then lost 4-1 or something.
Oh, aye.
That was a few seasons ago. I went to that one.
Me and Keg were at the one when we went 2-0 up and we lost 3-2.
Oh, half time 2-0. It's lovely.
2-0 at half time. Man United. Oh! Villa there. Tyrone Mings cleared off the line.
Wow.
Villa with a free kick, bounced around. Mings got his head to it. And we cleared off the line. Jesus. Aye. Yoshinori Muto with the goal. Good times.
Wow.
And Kennedy.
Kennedy.
Who would have thought?
Aye.
Well, Kennedy was one of them, wasn't he? How good was he for that loan season? And then got him back on another loan, didn't we? And then he was useless.
Good job we didn't pay the 30 million for him like we had for Willock. Let's hope that doesn't turn out like that. Because that was the worry one. I mean, Chelsea didn't really want to loan Kennedy at the time. They were trying to get the money for him, and we managed to get him on loan again. He was so shit, wasn't he?
Never to be seen again.
So
Is he
bad.
still there? I don't even know what he's doing now.
No, he's on another loan now, isn't he? He's just been on loan again.
Handball?
Was it handball, was it?
I think they hit him in the arm.
Oh, it's got to be. Oh, you called it, Ruby. Villa penalty check for handball. Tyrone Mings headed it. Is that Jamal Lascelles, is it?
With his arms in the air.
Oh, you're fucking joking, aren't you? Oh, this cunt comes in.
Is that harsh, or...
It looks very close range, doesn't it? Watch it here in full.
It's really close, like.
It's really close. Like Tyrone Mings with the head.
I mean,
Lascelles has got his arms out. It does hit him in the arm. And he has got his arm out, but there's not that much power behind the header. I still don't think that's really going in because you've got Fernandes there, you've got Woodman there.
It's really close range and all. There's not much you can do with that.
And it's right up here as well. It's not his actual hand, is it? It's his upper arm. It's above his elbow.
He's going to give it.
Oh, he's fucking giving the penalty, man.
I mean, it's very harsh. I mean, his arm is up, but he's on the turn, you know. As well as when none of the Villa players reacted, they didn't shout for it.
No.
You wouldn't have even known unless the VAR man had come in because you didn't notice.
No, I didn't. No, not until you.
That's really
you
harsh.
Just in that replay there, and I was like, huh? Second week in a row, Newcastle have been harshly done by a penalty shout through VAR. Murphy's last week was a lot harsher, I thought, since he got the ball. This one does hit Jamal Lascelles on the arm, but he's up our arm. It's really close range. I still don't think that's a penalty, like.
Woodman saved last week.
He did.
Richie, make sure you're ready this time, sunshine, for the fucking rebound. Anyone who is. Fucking hell. El Ghazi.
I was going to say, Zink's not on the pens.
He should be, man. I haven't got El Ghazi in my fantasy team.
Why is El Ghazi taking it? I hope he doesn't score, obviously, but if he does, I wish it was Danny Ings.
To be fair, he took a few last season. He was their designated penalty taker last season.
Turn off your comments in case you're ahead of us. We're an hour into this game at Villa Park. Villa penalty through El Ghazi after a VAR decision from a handball and Jamal Lascelles. Woodman, 2 in a week, baby. Make it 2 in a row. We need this to wake the game up. It's rather going to go Villa's way, 2-0 up and game over, or Woodman saves and Newcastle react and get back in the game. Come on. I can't believe Danny Ings isn't taking it. He used to always bang them in for Southampton. Come on, Freddie lad. Big weight on the penalty.
He's taking his time.
Big deep breaths, thinks he's CR7. Now, Ghazi 21, wake up, son. Take the penalty. You've got things to do the day. Woodman. Come on, Freddie.
Ah, wow.
Shit, man.
Hey, fuck's sake.
The thing is, in live time, I wouldn't have spotted the handball, but in the world of VAR, he does have his arm up, so it's really... I can't argue it too much, but I think it is harsh, but...
You're right. Like in the world of VAR, they're probably going to give it. I mean, it is soft, it is close range, but if he's got his arm out in the penalty box, then El Ghazi sends Freddie Woodman the wrong way. Hey, 2-0 down and for nothing really. A great overhead kick where we've given too much space, and then a soft penalty, and before you know it, we're 2-0 down with less than half an hour on the clock. Fucking cabbage head there at Villa Park. They'll be glad, won't they, the Villa fans, that they haven't got bloody Steve Bruce in charge anymore? Jesus Christ.
Well, that's what happens. Like, they were in as shitty a situation as us, if not worse, just a few years ago,
Right.
and all they had was get Steve Bruce out in a takeover. Look at them now.
Chance you have a statement, Willock? Go on, have a shot, lad. Shoot! Oh, forces Marnes into the save. He's offside anyway. You fucker. That's what we needed, like a quick response. Was a good instant response to go up the other end. Oh, Newcastle 2-0 down, 62 minutes. 64 minutes now on the clock.
Harsh penalty for me, like.
Aye, same.
Another one.
It is. You look at that and you think, we never get them decisions, do we? You know what I mean? We never ever
feel that way.
we never ever get them decisions. 2 in a week now. 2 games in a row where we've been done over by VAR on a penalty decision.
Well, again, they were meant to be being a bit
Wilson
harsh.
in the box, beats his man. Have a shot. Oh, he can't get it away. He's looking for support. Richie over the ball. That's absolutely hopeless.
I was going to say VAR was meant to be, was it stricter this season with the penalty decisions and when they can overrule and
thicker lines and all that for offsides and that.
I mean, as I said, not a single Villa player even reacted to that. So that the ref didn't notice. So it must have been the VAR bloke saying, "Do you want to take another look at it?"
Hmm.
And I think if no one notices, then it's a bit harsh for the VAR man to pull it up. But as I say, when you've got your arm stretched out in the box like this and it hits it, I mean, it's only going to go one way.
Aye. That is the thing when you wish a VAR wasn't around when because that never gets pulled there. It never gets pulled up, does it, until the replay?
I mean, I think at this point I'd throw the sink at the wall and just get Gale on, get Fraser on.
I'd
just do what we done last week. We were 4-2 down. Well, he took Kraft off for Sean Longstaff. That done fuck out. He brought Joe Linton on for fucking Wilson. So it's just subs just shit. Like, they're just not making any impact.
Now you should put 4 at the back and put Gale or Fraser on and have more up front. Yeah. You could put Maxi on the wing where he should be instead of playing as a bloody striker. I'll have Fraser on the wing. I'll have Gale in the box. Just do something because we're 2-0 down with 25 minutes to play and we're not causing any problems at all.
Already made one change.
All right. Maybe here crosses it in. Mings clears as far as Saint-Maximin. Crosses it in, drills it in. Mings again is there to clear it away.
Good touch from Maxi.
I'm surprised Ings didn't have written into his contract that, by the way, I want the pens as well.
Yeah,
very surprised he didn't take that.
I don't understand why he didn't take that. Like, I mean, it worked out for them, but you trust Danny Ings from the spot anyway, don't you? Could have been on for a hat-trick. Seeing like the ball, yeah, Villa happy to set off with, but we're not really doing anything with it.
Well, again, this is why we somehow do better against the. Go on.
Willock's in the box. His body's there. Cut it back. Oh, it takes too long. Oh, it's an awful cross. It's out for a corner, is it? Or just a throw? Throw.
I mean, we do better against the teams who attack. You know, when we play Chelsea, Man City, Manchester United, when we can counter, we look like we might do something. It's when teams sit back, we've got no creativity to go around them.
No, we haven't.
So at a time like this, we're 2-0 down, Aston Villa sit off.
Because they know
what to do.
They know they've done the research. They know we're not good in possession. We don't have a style of play. We literally hope to hit teams on the counter with the pace of Almiron, Saint-Maximin, and the run of a Wilson on a through ball or something. Like we don't have the neat build-up play. We don't have the nice possession-based football. We're kind of doing that. The players are lost when we got the ball, man. And anyone's in space, no one wants it. There's Willock, Saint-Maximin in the box.
Go around him.
Go on, drill it in. Oh, it's out for a corner. Come on, lads. We need a goal quickly. 20 minutes left.
Get a good delivery in, man.
Matt Ritchie is going to deliver this corner for Newcastle. However, we need something out of somewhere here to try and get a hold on this game, try and get a result. We need something soon. Then it's a good delivery. Back post Fernandez.
Go on, drop.
It just doesn't fall for it.
Don't hit it.
Almiron crosses it back in. Mings away again. Come on. Carry on the Fernandez. You're waiting for a free kick. That's not there. Shaw.
Get it in.
Oh, wait, Shaw. Put one in.
Back stick.
Maxi back post.
Go on, good touch. Go on, go round.
Go on, run him. Oh, another corner. Roll over them here, but we just kind of find a way through.
Good 2-minute spell there.
All right.
Best we've had this off.
Good to see we've woken up at 2-0 down.
Aye.
Well, again, that was something in the West Ham game. We only attacked when we were drawing or losing. As soon as we start winning, we sit off.
Bottled it, didn't we? Being 2-1 up. Richie. Oh! Just wide.
Fernandez.
Is that Federico Fernandez with the header? Just wide. Good delivery by Richie from the left-hand side corner. Fernandez in a good area. Just doesn't get enough on it. Bounces into the ground and wide.
Oh, hey.
20 minutes to go, Steve. You can make 2 more substitutions if you fancy it.
He's always so late, isn't he?
So winds.
He just doesn't read the game, does he?
There's a stop and play as well, yeah, for Tyrone Mings, who's getting treatment. Oh, He doesn't know. Just think now, right? 20 minutes to go. Get Fraser on. Get Gale on. What are you waiting for? You'll do it all in about the 83rd minute when it's too bastard late.
Like usual. He hasn't got his fucking 90th minute lifeline Andy Carroll this season. He just lump on for fucking 30 seconds to do absolutely nout.
All right, Gateshead Graham getting the way to Brucey, man. Tell him to make some subs. Both of them there on the touchline. Captain ourselves back today. Gives away the penalty. Newcastle struggling to get bang into the game to try and get a result here. Mings is back on the pitch. Martinez to take the goal kick. Willock looking up the line, but Wilson wasn't ready for it. Keeper comes out. My 2-1 Villa bet's looking alright. If Newcastle can get a consolation win. I just didn't look like scoring. That's the big problem.
I mean, we're nowhere near it at the minute. Yeah, I think we've had in the whole second half. We've had 2 good minutes to play.
Yeah. Julian's coming on. Is that Julian?
Yeah. That's been a lot better this last 10 minutes, though. We've actually looked like we're trying to get into the game, but that's literally just these last 10 minutes as we've been 2-0 down.
Villa are doing a bit of a Brucey as well, where they're just sitting off and letting us have the ball like we do with West Ham. Saint-Maximin at long range are blocked. They're acting as if like it's game over, which they're probably right in doing so, but they're sitting off us and just letting us have the ball when they're the home side. But it is Joe on that stripped off and ready to come on. I mean, to be honest, out of the players I would have brought on, I would have rather seen Ryan Fraser. I would rather have seen Dwight Gale. But Steve Bruce has chose Joe Linton.
Well, this is the thing. If he does straight up with someone, what's the point at this point? Take a defender off. We've got to.
Brucey refuted the claim. We mentioned the phone in the other night on BBC Radio Newcastle. Brucey refuted the claim from one of the fans that there must be something in Joe Linton's contract that he has to play games, to get minutes because of his price tag. But who was it that recently came out and said that? Was it someone from a few years ago recently came out and said that other players will get picked ahead of him because of the money that's been spent on them, like Remy Caballero and that will get picked ahead of them. That someone would tell Pardew at the training ground that he had to play because we'd spent money on him. And you've got to be honest, like it does look that way, doesn't it? Bruce is obviously going to deny it, but when you look around there and you think about Fraser that can bring pace and assist, you think of Gale, maybe nick a goal. What are you looking at where Joe Linton looks more of a threat off the bench to try and get a goal than them two? Like, there's no reason for that. There's no reason all last season where he started every bloody game ahead of other players. I just can't get my head around it. I
mean, if Fraser has barely played, and I would still probably bring him on because I think he can add something.
There's a good ball.
Wilson. Oh! That's a pen.
Oh!
Martinez wait by Wilson there.
Absolutely.
How are you, VR, man? Fucking give us something, please.
I think that is a pen.
Yeah.
Is he putting the spot? Yeah.
He's got him.
Nice. Penalty.
He's absolutely whacked him.
Yes! Penalty Newcastle. Yellow card for Martinez. A lifeline for Newcastle. Yeah. A lifeline for the tune in the last 15 minutes of the game. Yeah, to try and get a consolation. Callum Wilson with a great ball over the top. He took that. That's a massive weight out. Take that yellow back and give him a fucking red card. Give him a fucking red card. Because that is a massive foul. He hits him in the face.
Near the ball there.
Get that back to VR and get a red out for Martinez so we can score the penalty so he doesn't save it. Because if it's a yellow, he's going to end up saving it and he's going to end up keeping Villa the 3 points because he wipes Wilson right out. Look at that. It's very clever from Wilson because Wilson's not even going to get it. It's stupid for Martinez because Wilson takes the touch and he's not even going to get there. And then Martinez comes flying out and he pretty much knees him in the chin. They're checking the penalty. Don't check the penalty. Check for the fucking red card, you pricks.
They're looking for offside.
Oh, no.
That's not offside.
No.
He's not offside. You can see there. He's not offside.
But look at the colour on the floor. His foot is ahead of the dart line.
It was last season. I've seen some of them given.
Oh no!
Please
some
don't.
Of them,
No, but him there.
some of them
The other
ruled
one.
out last
The
season.
other one with the centre back.
He's keeping him on.
Wilson's already got.
That's too close.
Wilson's already got the ball under his arm.
Where are these thick lines?
You've got to give the striker the benefit of the doubt there.
Honestly, you have.
If we get fucked over here, I've had enough. I've fucking quit. Oh my god! It's been given as offside.
It has not.
Oh my god! I cannot be arsed.
No.
I cannot be arsed. That's a fucking joke.
You've got to be having a laugh there, mind. That's an absolute joke, that, you know. That is not offside. I was just thinking, though, you know, like, I've seen them last season. I've seen half a dozen of them last season taken off when it's fucking not. VAR is an absolute joke.
Giving strikers the advantage, we're going to have thicker lines. I mean, that is literally a toe.
That's an absolute lie.
That is mental.
I can't believe that, man.
How? Oh, has he been sent off? Has the keeper been sent off? What's happening?
Who?
Oh, just Martinez started wandering away. I thought the ref had told him to get lost. He hasn't.
That looks like he's kicking off or something. I don't know what.
That is absolutely crazy.
Can't believe it, man. Raging. Can't believe that shit.
Mate, it's if you can give offside, the most you can say it was a toe off. What happened to these thicker lines and giving the strikers the benefit of the doubt?
No.
That was so tight. Absolute rubbish. That's crazy.
Fuck the Premier League and fuck VAR. That is an absolute disgrace. That is just they've just ruined the game and they're ruining football with that, because that makes an interesting last 10, 15 minutes of the game there if we score and get back into it. I don't even care if you're 7-0 down. That is a penalty. And you want that penalty and you want to fucking score it. That's just absolutely ruined football. That's not the other centre back in the middle is clearly playing him on. We mentioned the dark line.
Yeah.
The shade of grass is darker on the side. He cleared him on. You're talking millimetres. What happened to the start of the season? Giving the striker the benefit of the doubt, giving the thicker lines, that's a joke, man. Only us. Only ever happens to us. They get a soft penalty through VAR and we get fucked over. The keeper should have been sent off and it should have been a pen. They got a yellow, they got away with that, and then they didn't even have to take the fucking penalty. Oh my god, man.
I didn't believe that. How's that offside, man? I knew as soon as I was getting to VAR there, I was thinking this is going to be 50-50. This is not offside, but that was half a dozen at least of them given last season. I was thinking, I've seen this before. That could very easily be given offside when it's fucking not.
That's got it for the joy and entertainment, sheer purposes of the game. You've got to give the striker the benefit of the doubt, man. The amount of goals that would have been ruled out in the past if VAR was around in the mid 2000s and the 90s. Every game would have been fucking 1-0, 0-0, that.
Well, what they've said at the start of the season is clearly not true then, because they've got those two lines side by side. It's literally a toe. It's a toe. That's how close it is. And again, it had all been given. The ref had given the pen, and the VAR man's rang them up and gone, well, hang on, there's a 1/8 of a toe offside.
Aye.
Where's this thicker line? Where's this benefit of the doubt to the striker? Because clearly that's not happening.
What's a shambles as well is the fact that Martinez has just clearly wiped out Wilson, kneed him in the face, doing up UFC. Oh, it's fine, though, he's offside. So no punishment for you, son. All right, and we'll just forget it ever happened. What the fuck, man?
I don't understand. Like, it's not this bad. Like, what's the matter with the Premier League?
Saint-Maximin back post. Oh, well, the whistle's been blown again for something else. Go fuck yourself, man.
Like, VAR isn't this bad in foreign leagues. Like, it was shown in the Euros, like, how much, like, they didn't really use it that much.
It was done well in the Euros, but it's fucking shit in the Premier League, man. We've been proper shafted already this season off VAR. 3 times in a week. All 3 penalties. 2 against who? One against who that should have been forward. 10 minutes left. You know what I mean? If we score that there, we've got 10, 15 minutes, make a good go of it. Good end of the game.
Oh my God.
That's ruined it, man. Did Julian come on?
He did.
Who went off?
Yeah. Fernandez.
Fernandez, so he's went forward at the back.
I can't be asked anymore.
You think now we have to put up with decisions out every week, like?
Joke. Proper shaft.
I mean, without VAR, we would have not had a penalty against us, and we would have had a penalty ourselves, basically. So we've literally had the.
So it would have been 1-1 at the minute. Good result.
Yeah.
Go on, Saint. Go on, Saint. Go on, Wilson. Give an option. Wilkes in the box. Sean's in the box. Oh, it's a shit ball in that. A weak cross by Saint-Maximin. Cleared away for the throw-in. It's been all us and Alston's Villa scored, like. Just can't get anything really materialising efforts on target.
We're still going for it. I mean, in the West Ham game, I think once we were down, we give up at the end, and we're still going here.
The heads haven't dropped, like, since we went 2-0 down. We're just lacking a bit of creativity in the final third. Sean loses the ball, though, in the middle of the park, and Villa are away, foul, and young Ramsey there by Shaw. Yellow card. Shaw's had a poor game, hasn't he?
Well, I mean, the standout moment is when he gives Danny Ings 10 yards of space in a corner. I mean, I'm never going to get away with that, to be honest.
Look at that sliding challenge, man. His knee went near him. It's a horrible tackle, that. It's nothing more than yellow, but it's just poor play.
Well, again, I think Shaw is similar. Our problem as a Newcastle team in general is we're like a form team. Like 1 minute we'll play well, the next minute we won't. First half against West Ham was incredible. Second half was useless. Shaw will have great games and he'll have poor ones. There's no middle ground.
Willock wins a foul, trying to catch Villa on the break. 6 minutes left. We obviously deem that to be the moment, the penalty for a chance to get back in the game. It's unlikely that Newcastle will do anything now in the last 5-6 minutes. That was my 2-1 bet as well. More so than any, 2-1 bet Wilson and the fantasy team.
So Martinez was given a yellow card, and now we're saying it could have been a red. But with VAR pulling it back, does the yellow card still count?
No, I don't think so. Does it? Because that period of play is then like deemed
like void
pretty much. Because it hasn't happened, because it shouldn't have happened, because he was offside. I think. I'm not sure if he's still coming up as a yellow, but
it definitely should count.
That's the thing. What I was saying before, though, like, I can just write off wiping someone out because he was offside when no one knew he was offside at the time. So
it's still a foul at the end of the day.
Right.
Still shows he's got a yellow card, aye.
5-0 Man City. I had that on my Super 6, and has Grealish scored any more, has he?
But no, Mahrez came on and scored, so I'm happy about that because I've got him.
Grealish just scored the one, has he?
Yeah, he has.
No, any assists? I don't know.
Grealish, Mahrez, Sterling, Laporte. 2 assists for Jesus, 1 for Diaz. So you got him. That's a good going. You'll get 2 bonus points for Grealish, though.
Wendy are off, and I'm not sure who's came on for him. Some young, I think, number 30 odd. Filago or something. Who gives a shit? 5 minutes left and we're getting beat.
Yeah. Do you want a drink?
No, I'm alright, family.
Apparently, we haven't even had a shot on target yet today.
Have we not? Oh, God. Aye, because Wilson put one way, didn't he? And then he had shot on that, like. Not a shot on target.
What are you going to say?
Just saying that we've still got one with a few minutes remaining. Can you still hear us? I don't know how to press mute there.
Yeah.
Nah.
I did get enough.
I just saying that, we've still got one sub to use. There's only 3 minutes left, so there's not much point. But why haven't we used it already? And has Jordan touched the ball since he came on? Has he, fuck?
Couldn't tell you.
Oh, bottom of it.
Just juice. I got some crisps as well. Do you want any?
No, I'm alright, mate, cheers. I'll continue to drown my sorrows after another Newcastle defeat. We must be lingering down the bottom of the table now, somewhere. After 2 games, 2 defeats.
A little bit, aye.
We all said it looked like an average start of the season, fixture-wise. Oh,
It's going to get worse as well now.
Right, so that Southampton game next week's already fucking massive.
Second bottom.
Get in.
Norwich.
Minus that.
You've got -4. Burnley -3. That's goal difference, not points, thankfully.
I mean, Norwich are already going to be doing like so. Twanzami's coming on. The player we could have signed. Oh, Sean Longstaff with a late lunge and another yellow, probably.
Oh, Sean Longstaff and Ganu on loan or something, will you?
Just can't. Everton just had him. You want 10 million? Just take him.
I know.
End it now. Yeah,
Probably class for him.
Oh, you will be. You'll have a quiet month or 2, and then come Christmas, you'll be a fucking world beater again under Rafa.
Mm-hmm.
Really haven't done enough today. Like in my opinion, what's been an average Villa side. Brilliant goal, brilliant finish, but given too much space and time, and then a soft penalty, and they've won the game. They haven't really threatened much. It's not like we've been under the cosh a lot. It's not like Freddie Woodman's faced a lot of attempts. It's not like they've even seen a lot of the ball. They've let us have the majority of the possession second half. But it's just been a bit basic encounter, really, hasn't it?
Well, they've had the ball, so have we. But again, other than Freddie Woodman picking up the ball out of his net twice, he hasn't done anything.
No. It's not like last week against West Ham. I think we're seeing West Ham play some very good football at times, very threatening. They hit the ball. You look here and they'll have done now, really. Willock's not going to get his 8th goal in 8 games. In the 90th minute, he's taken off And we'll bring Ryan Fraser on for a Scottish time appearance. What the fuck is the point in
I knew
that?
he was going to do that, man. You always bring someone on in 90 minutes. What's the fucking point, man?
50% possession. Villa have had 2 shots on target, scored 2 goals. But we've had no shots on target, so...
No shots on target, you know.
Embarrassing, yet again. Same... New season, same shit.
3,000 nearly travelling Toon Army fans there to not see a shot on target. Fucking hell.
VAR needs to do one, like.
It does. VAR. Fuck, we're right over.
It's bad enough watching fucking Toon games week in, week out, let alone getting done out by VAR.
6 minutes at a time. 6. Nobody wanted that.
Just blow it new, mate.
Nobody's got time for that, like.
Could have blown it into 2-0 for all that matters.
As soon as they didn't give that penalty for Newcastle, they may as well just blew the bastard whistle. Villa with the free kick, yeah. Dangerous area. Pitch short. El Ghazi, said Nathan.
Who can kick it in the air the highest at the minute? We're not even passing it to anyone. Just lumping the ball around at this point.
Good mate. Do you want in the box? Clever turn. Sean.
Nice.
Almiron. Go to space for Fraser. Go on. Oh, he's put it over, man.
Oh my god.
How are you putting it over from there, Ryan Fraser, man?
You're playing fucking rugby or what? What was that?
You've got to get that on target. That poxy fucking one shot on target for the bastard's shitty stats. And you can't even get it. Look at you, man. Where are you there? He's got so much time and space in the box, Ryan Fraser, and it's well wide and tall and fucking lifting off target. Just one for the consolation, one for me 2-1 bet. You prick.
I mean, again, we'll talk about Ings having all that space in the box. When Fraser gets the space in the box, when we've got a chance, high it straight over the bar.
That's so bad.
He's got to hit the target. I mean, he could have hit it. He's tried to curl it in the far corner.
Wilson on the run, yeah. Saint-Maximin. Find him. Wilson! No, it's just past him. Keep it in. He's kept it in so far until it goes probably VAR if we score. Saint-Maximin.
Oh, he's jumped too early.
Oh, he did jump way too early. Short. Fraser on the left-hand side. Crosses it in from post cleared. Richie delivers it. Wilson puts it over the bar. What's going on with these shots off target? Way off target. That's a poor.
I mean, it's a tough one because it's bobbled up, but again,
at least make the keeper have a save, man. Shout out all the Newcastle fans there in the image. Nearly 3,000 have travelled down to Birmingham on this rainy Saturday to watch a poor performance. 2-0 defeat, no shots on target, bumped by VAR. Is everyone looking forward to the new season, eh? We've just paid 40 quid for a ticket to fucking Southampton next week, mate. What are we playing at?
No. Even just getting to fucking St James's Park's too far for me at this rate.
Oh, paid fucking 11 quid to go and watch the Burnley game on Wednesday night. Oh, Jesus.
Glutton for punishment. I can't be arsed with another season like this. Why can't we just have one good season? Why can't we just have like a weird season like we had under fucking Pardew? Why can't we just like finish 5th or something? Just for once, just for a laugh. Like just something different.
Stu and Moisey at West Ham, just spring a surprise.
Just one decent season. It's not too much to ask for, is it? We haven't had one since fucking 2012 or something.
It's even worse that one of Rubenson's neighbours playing New Monkey or something, I think. It's good this day got any worse.
Yeah, shut the hell up.
To be fair, I'm going to ask if I can join in. I'm going to ask if he's got any fucking weed and I can listen to him stomping all night. I'm going to forget about my life. Jesus. Corner for Newcastle, 96 minutes played though. Can we get a consolation for my bet, please? Had 2-1 Aston Villa on. Richie's going to swing it in. It's deep. Joelinton, weak header. Straight into Martinez's hands, and I'm sure that'll be it. That is it. That is full time at Villa Park. Aston Villa 2. Newcastle United 0. A game summed up by an early miss from Callum Wilson inside the first 5 minutes was as good as it got for Newcastle. When he put it wide, trying to look for the top bins, trying to be clever. Villa took the lead through an overhead kick by Danny Ings. Brilliant finish. However, loads of space and time gifted to the striker in the box. Brought a defending again by Newcastle. And again, Newcastle are outdone by VAR. Shafted for a soft penalty in the second half. Jamal Lascelles with the handball. And then shafted even further by Wilson, getting denied a penalty when he was absolutely wiped out by Martinez for a fraction of an offside. Very debatable. Should have stood. Should have been a rare call for Martinez. Got away with even a yellow. Got away. We're not giving away a penalty, and then Newcastle didn't really muster up any of that challenge. 2-0. Aston Villa, Rubenstein, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I think at the end of the day, were we the better team today? Definitely not. Could we have got away with something had VAR not screwed us? Yes, but that isn't the bottom line, really. I mean, they were the better team, and I mean, Wilson penalty should have definitely been given. Whether these thicker lines are giving the strikers the benefit of the doubt, clearly that's not happening. That should have 100% been a penalty. The Lascelles penalty against us, the only thing I can say is that if your arm's out here and it hits it, then VAR is going to give it.
Yeah.
I think in real time, without VAR, no one asked for it. None of the Villa players were asking for the penalty. So it's literally VAR. But again, your arm's in the box like this and it gets hit, you can't argue. So at the very minimum, we should have had a pen. And at that point, if we'd scored that 2-1, 30 minutes to go, 20 minutes to go, we had a shout. We had a lot more of the ball coming near the end of the game when we were attacking. But again, other than the fact that we should have had a pen and we've been a bit unlucky getting a pen against us, we didn't really do anything else. We had no shots on target. So, I can't sit here and say, well, if we'd had that penalty, we might have won because we didn't have any shots on target. So yeah.
Okay.
If VAR does
19th. Second bottom, Newcastle after 2 games.
Yeah. Shocking, man. Just, as I said before, it's new season, same shit. It's no new players because Joe Willock was there last season. Like, we've done absolutely nothing to strengthen the team. Yeah, like everyone did, to be fair, though. Like, to a man, like, did Saint-Maximin even touch the ball? Shadow of the player that he was last week. Wilson
had a few opportunities. He only plays up when the cameras are on. It's live on Sky. Saint-Maximin doesn't turn up for a Saturday 3 o'clock kickoff. I'm telling you now, he doesn't. He turns up when it's on, when the line mate's on him.
The players that you look to most, like Wilson, Willock, Saint-Maximin, Almiron,
Wilson was
didn't turn up today. Woodman didn't really do out wrong. Not really could have done with either of the goals. Just defensively, like so shit. I've seen someone put in there like before. Defense is usually like for the last few years, especially on our Rafa, was our strong point. It was up front war woeful, like when we had like fucking Hosselu and that. Like this defensive unit, including Shaw, Lascelles, Fernandez, Clark, Dummett, Lejeune, it was solid. Defensive was what we were good at. It's not anymore. Like we're useless. Like we're so loose. Like Shaw can't defend. Lascelles isn't the best defender. Clark's in shite form. Fernandez looks fucking knackered. Like,
Fernandez is too old, man.
Like to a man, it just wasn't good enough today. Like even Callum Wilson, like done well. Like the best part of the game was probably Willock's forward ball. Wilson played for the penalty. He wasn't offside, and I can guarantee he would have converted the pen, but it's just not good enough. Like if VR had done its job today, I don't think they would have had their pen, and we would have. So that game could quite easily have finished 1-1. Villa weren't good enough to earn a win, but 1-1 would have been too harsh because we didn't fucking deserve a point out of that. We're absolutely shocking.
I think there's, about 9 days left of the window or something, 10 days left of the window. We won't, but we seriously do need to strengthen. We need, if it is Hamza Traoré, someone out, we need a defensive midfielder in there with two open in the middle of the park, and the defence is really lacking at centre-back for me. Like when we've seen Shaw came in the day, it was poor. Fernandez, we've just mentioned there, I think he's too old, me. Like I think he's seen better days. He could be an alright squad player, but to rely on him week in, week out, I don't know. Lascelles, we've always said he's there for his leadership qualities, but he's not great either in the Premier League, is he? So when you look, we honestly really do need to strengthen at centre-back and CDM in the way we play in this formation. There's a lot of work that needs to be done to this team. For me, like
I think I said it in a previous video about the piano theory. So basically you need 8 players to carry the piano and 3 players to play it. And that's basically what Newcastle do. We've got 3 players who can play it, Saint-Max or in Wilson, probably 2 players who can play the piano. Then we've got 9 others blokes carrying it. The problem is we're not even carrying the piano. These blokes aren't even holding it up. They've dropped it on their toes too many times. Like these work hard players who are meant to be keeping everything solid, and then we give the ball to Wilson and Saint-Max. They're not holding it together either. And then on a day like today where, you know what, I'll give Wilson his dues. I mean, I think he put himself out there quite a lot today, but I don't think Saint-Max did. And when he's having an off day, there's no one there to step up. You know, you look at somewhere like Liverpool. If Salah has an off day, Mane will have a good day. If Mane has a bad day, Jota will have a good day. For us, we are relying so heavily on 1 or 2 players. It's ridiculous.
Like the bottom end of the squad now, like you look today, like Shelvey wasn't there today. You rely on Hayden and Willock way too much. Who else have you got? Sean Longstaff, fucking useless. Jeff Hendrick, fucking useless. Like Hamza Chowdhury doesn't really fill me full of confidence. So like I like him. I think he's a good player. Do I want him? Not necessarily. But like that's what we've got to do just to strengthen the team. Just get low knees like Chowdhury in, because we can't be playing our season relying like on a couple of players, relying on people's fitness. Like we've got an awful history with injuries. As soon as we lose a couple of key players, the rest of the team's shit. Like that we played today with our best players, minus Shelvey, who take it as you will. Like he's fucking shit 9 times out of 10. But the majority of our best players were on the field today and they didn't turn up.
Because even when you look there and we're crying out for Brucey to make a change, and he only brings Fraser on the 90th minute. Does it go back to the formation? Does it go back to we're not getting the best out of the players, where Saint-Maximin's pretty much as like a false 9 the day in here, or as a striker, and there's no one on the wing to carry the ball and make a threat? You could have Fraser on the wing to get the crosses into the box. But we're playing this back 5. With playing a back 5, we've conceded 6 goals in a week. 6 goals in 2 games. Playing a back 5. The whole point of playing a back 5 is to keep the shit tight and not concede goals.
Solid unit.
You're conceding 6 goals out of 2 games. It's not fucking working.
It's crazy.
Why are you playing a back 5? You may as well play a back 4 with like a 4-2-3-1 and have the ball, have attacks, create chances, 0 shots on target a day. 0 shots on target.
The idea of the back five, or at least what I'm assuming we're trying to do, is have the idea that Murphy and Ritchie can then also cross the ball in. But for me, I'd rather play Dummett at left back, but then play 4 at the back, and then have Fraser on the left wing or Maxi on the left wing. Why are we trying to have Ritchie there when we could easily play 4 at the back and then have another attacking player actually play left wing, rather than trying to make him play 2 positions that he's not doing very well?
No, I agree. I mean, when Dummett does come back, he's rumoured to be back Wednesday night against Burnley in the Cup. You've got to put someone there, or even if you put Jamal Lewis there, we're invested money in. Like, we're letting players sit on the bench like Ryan Fraser, who can impact the game. We're seeing nothing happen. Yeah, we're playing 5 at the back and conceding, and then we're not doing anything at the other end.
Well, yeah.
It's the worst case scenario today. Conceded goals and had no shots on target.
Mm-hmm.
So what are we getting out of this system? Where are we going? Where the fuck are we going for the rest of the season? Massive game next week now against Southampton. Absolutely massive.
No. Only like 3 games in, I'm saying massive game.
We're already shitting ourselves since only fucking August.
I know. Third game
it's
of the
21st
season.
of August and we're already fucking shitting my pants.
Oh, man. And there's no doubt that Adam Armstrong is definitely going to score against us. So we're going to have to
Next
score
week.
at least 2.
Yeah.
We're going to have to score at least 2.
Yeah, at least score 2 next week.
He's going to get 1.
Yeah. Adam Armstrong comes to 2 next week. And then it's an international break and it's Man United away after that. So whether it be a 1 point or 3 points to win next week, preferably, obviously, but we need to get something next week. And Southampton will also be looking though and thinking, we've got Newcastle next week. There's a chance to get some points on the board. They haven't got any yet. They've got Man United themselves tomorrow. So you'd expect Manchester United to beat them at St. Mary's tomorrow. So both of us will probably be going to that game in the bottom 3 next week. Both teams will be looking, thinking, this is a chance to get points on the board.
What can you say?
I don't even rate Southampton this season anyway, but I know we're going to make it a tricky game. Like, they've lost Danny Ings and Vestergaard, 2 of their best players. There's been talks about James Ward-Prowse leaving and all.
Can't believe he's saying a new deal, though. I can't believe that.
Apart from Adam Armstrong coming up from the Championship, like, who else they brought in? Like, what have they done really to show that they're a better team than they were last season? Because they beat us, I think it was like November, away to go top of the league, and then we ended up above them in the league at the end. Like from like Christmas onwards, they've proper self-destructed, and I just don't think they're any better now than what they were then, especially having lost Danny Ings and Vestergaard. But I'm still not confident in beating them at the minute after the last two performances.
Nah, we just don't look like a threat.
Well, again, it's the same Newcastle. I mean, I didn't really think
and we're conceding.
I didn't think we were going to do much against West Ham, and then we had a fantastic first half. I think, and then we had a terrible second, and then today we had moments of good football, and then moments of dreadful football. I think we have the players in our team who can go out and beat Southampton. The problem is, again, as I say, if Maxi has another off game, if Wilson has an off game, there's no one else to pick up the... I mean, well, that's what we want Willock to do. We want Willock to be another person in that team who can win us games.
Nowhere near ready today either, was he?
Well, we didn't see him. Didn't see St. Max. Didn't see Willock. I'll be honest, I didn't see Almiron. I think of the front line, Wilson was the only one who I actually seen during the game.
Almiron's in that middle 3 though. Since he's playing 5-3-2, Brucey, Almiron's in that on the left-hand side of that middle 3. He's just not getting utilised properly at all. He should be in number 10 or he should be on the wing. Blighty plays for his country in that system. We're not getting the best out of him at all.
And again, we're playing players out of formation. Why don't we just play a formation where we can put the players where they should be playing?
I think 95% of Newcastle fans, if not more, could pick a better Newcastle lineup on FIFA than Bruce does every week.
Oh yeah, of course we could.
Do you know what I mean? So why can we do it? And he's on millions of pounds a year, managed over 900 games, and he can't do it. So that's the worrying thing, like.
I'm just reading that comment. Let's talk about positives. What do you think of Brucey's tash?
I didn't even notice you had a tash, to be fair.
Not neither that.
Even like looking at the fucking fat cabbage you cunt.
Oh.
Just noticed some Waffles man just called Cisco as well, so that's good. And he looks like he works behind a bar in fucking Magaluf. Anyways, that'll do for today's watch along. Big thank you to everyone that is tuning now and has tuned out throughout the 2 hours plus that we've been in. Make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, subscribe to Rubenstein's channel.
Thank you.
Stay tuned to the Magpie Channel TV. Keg is going to have your instant reaction. Me and Rubenstein are going to do your player ratings. And we'll see you on Wednesday after that for the cup game against Barney. Take care, everyone. Enjoy yourselves.